Going live. We're live.
I'm not sure you are.
Yeah, me either.
I'm just going to go... Oh.
Coming at you live from Adamant IT on the 16th of the 8th, 2025. This is Two Guys Talk Tech. And the news.
Graham's coffee pills have just kicked in.
I can force it sometimes.
Jolly good. What?
Do you have any news, though?
I don't think so.
Okay. Chat, any news?
It's the 16th of August. I have rumours. It's the best I can do.
You have rumours?
Yes.
The rumour do come out.
Bruno Mars is gay.
Does Bruno Mars is gay? We're asking questions here. Otherwise, it's defamation.
Exactly.
I hate the new YouTube live stream layout. I haven't looked at the live stream. We've got a new studio layout, which is just the same, but with more padding. Because everything has... Modern design is just add more padding, waste more screen space. But I've not seen what it actually looks like if you're a viewer. Lots of people bricking their desktop to enable secure boot for a game.
Shocks me that they're that incapable.
I was going to say, like, I don't see how turning on secure boot could brick the desktop. What shocks me is the number of people who said that who I've heard of, who are running MBR partitions, and I'm like, how? Like, I get it. I get secure boot being off because secure boot is just off by default on most DIY motherboards. Like, it shouldn't be, but whatever it is. However. But people still running MBR installations of Windows. I'm like, how? How old is your Windows installer?
Did it... Was Windows 10 2015?
Yeah,
MBR.
Windows 10 has always been GPT by default. You can make an MBR installer.
Oh, okay.
But it has always preferred GPT. However, you can make an MBR installer. I can only assume that people either people were using an old-ass installer, or there's still a lot of people who have got an archaic installation of Windows that maybe has come all the way up from 7. But yeah, I don't know. Some MBR have boot emulation for activation or other custom distro. Yeah, but who's average people? What average people are running that, you know? So yeah, that's the thing, and because there was one person who said, oh yeah, the computer that I had to fix this on, this was built by a computer shop, and I'm like, what computer shop has MBR Windows installers? What's wrong with you all? Hello, Muerto. So yeah, that's the bit that kind of blows my mind, because secure boot's not a big deal. You just turn it on. But as I say, it's a problem when you've got an MBR. The problem is when you've got a CSM Windows install. It's possible to convert it. You know, this is all solvable, but it's a lot more complicated than just switching on secure boot. But yeah, that really is the bit that has blown my mind. It's not people having to turn on secure boot. It's the number of people discovering that they have a CSM install of Windows.
Oh, yeah. So if you're not in UEFI mode.
Yeah.
You're in legacy mode. It will then MBR.
Yeah. I think one other possibility is again though, motherboards generally default to UEFI or CSM, but they're gonna be UEFI first. So I can't see how you can accidentally be on a CSM install of Windows within the past 10 years. I don't see how you could have accidentally done that. Yeah. But, yeah.
What is CSM?
CSM, I can't remember what it stands for, but basically...
That was my question. What does it stand for?
Yeah. However, it emulates BIOS.
Oh.
CSM BIOS.
Yeah.
Yeah. Compatibility support module. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Essentially, it emulates a BIOS environment as opposed to a UEFI environment. So,
Oh. So that's really, really old, isn't it? Actually.
Yeah, that's why it blows my mind. It just, like I say, there are plenty of conditions where you can be on a CSM install of Windows, but it just kind of blows my mind how many people there are and how many people are unknowingly on CSM install of Windows, and don't know. Yeah, kind of wild, but yeah.
Yeah, no, that's surprising. Yeah.
That's the thing. The secure boot is not the big deal. It's it's people who are still on CSM that is kind of mind blowing. It depends how you boot the PC. Yeah. But this as Derman said, it does depend on how you boot the PC, but all PCs will be UEFI by default. You have to deliberately select CSM to accidentally to get onto a CSM install of Windows. And that's been the case for at least a decade, I would say. But then also, I could also see a world where a lot of people are just bad and have not been installing as UEFI. So maybe that's it.
Bit of both.
Yeah. Yeah, for performance it doesn't matter. Some find MBR easier to manage. See, that's just objectively wrong. Those people are just wrong. Because UEFI has more capability and more flexibility and can do more. MBR is not easier to manage. It's just old. Because
to me, at least, not dealing with it every day, I can't see how it actually makes that much of a difference.
It kind of doesn't.
As to what format the disk is in.
As an example, if you've got an MBR partition structure, so you've got a CSM install of Windows. You know when you do shift restart, so you can select go to UEFI,
Sure.
You can't do that if you're on a CSM install of Windows.
Oh, I see. Okay.
That's more or less the only thing that anyone will notice, to be honest. But this is the thing, is MBR just does less because it's older. UEFI
yeah. No, sorry, I meant the drive having the actual storage volume in MBR as opposed to not GPT.
Yeah. I mean, theoretically, the partition structure is simpler on MBR because it doesn't make certain. It tends to make just two partitions: your boot partition and C drive. Whereas UEFI installs, you get the UEFI partition, then a weird 100 megabyte partition that's sometimes visible and sometimes isn't, and then Windows will make its service partition on the end and stuff like that. However, for people who say, oh, that's more complicated, I'm just like, well, no, you still have multiple partitions. The only way that this could be simpler is if you had a one partition system, and that's not been the case since maybe Vista. So, yeah.
I'm thinking just managing the actual physical drive.
Yeah.
I don't see what difference it makes to managing
Not
that.
really, yeah. But yeah, I think the only explanation is just I think there's just people who just have really old installers for Windows, perhaps, who've just never remade their Windows flash drives. But again, I can't understand why you would do that because of build updates and stuff like that. There's no reason to not remake your Windows flash drives when a new build comes out because it means you don't have to do all the Windows updates. So, weird.
Yeah. That was complete tangent and not useful to make, but I was looking at something a few months ago and I was just like, oh, am I misremembering something about Windows 10 1508? So because I still had an ISO, bunged it in a virtual machine, double checked the things I wanted to double check, and was like, cool. And I was like, does Windows Update still work on this build?
Does it?
Let's find out.
Yeah.
Went to settings, went update, it went, you are critically out of date. And I went, yes, I am. And it went, do you want to update? And I was like, yes. And then it went, downloading build update.
Did it go straight to 22H2?
No. It did a build update of 1508. So to the same version. I presume it had to patch
repair
something.
Install or something, yeah.
And then immediately went, here is 24H2.
Yeah, well, 22H2 because 10, yeah.
Yeah. And just went, done. And I was like, okay. That's kind of neat. Like, total update time, 30 minutes. It's like, oh yes, imagine doing that on 7. Christ. But yeah.
Yeah, my Mint install started having problems with the monitor and sound detection when you turned on Secure Boot in BIOS. You had to turn it off. Yeah, I don't know anything specifically about that. My understanding is that Linux is completely fine with Secure Boot these days. However, I'm interested to know if there are known issues with modern Linux and Secure Boot. Like, it sounds like that might just be a thing you need to sort out, but I'm curious as to know, like, is that other Linux experts in chat? Is that a skill issue, or is Linux still kind of finicky with Secure Boot?
Yeah, because I know that there are, for when they introduced it with Windows 8, there was a specific
NVIDIA drivers were the problem.
Certificate that was given out for Linux Secure Boot support, and Microsoft kind of went, here is a Linux certificate, kind of thing. So yeah.
Can you guys do a stream where you guys pretend you've never seen a computer before?
Isn't that just every stream?
What does this mean? Yeah.
Isn't that just every stream?
I'm going to start taking apart laptops while we waffle.
So what did you do to this laptop?
I didn't do anything. So this stack of laptops, there's 7 of them here. These are all Latitude 3000 series, except for I think there's a 5000 there or something. This was brought in by a small business customer, and they obviously just have a fleet of laptops. And this is just they've come in before. We've actually done this on stream before with the same customer, where he's just brought in a stack of laptops and been like, "Here's all of our trash laptops. Can you fix these back up, please, so we can put them back out into the field." And yeah, it's just all broken hinges and trashed screens and things like that. It's still cheaper for them to fix them than to replace them, and they're still modern laptops, so fine. So I'm just like, cool story, bro. So that'll be.
What are they?
So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Latitude 3520s, I think, and there's a silver one at the bottom, which I'm not sure what it is. So yeah, they're called Latitudes, but the Latitude 3000s, or at least the 3520, is basically an Inspiron with Latitude written on it. This is a Latitude of lies, which is why the hinges are broken.
Oh, 11th gen?
Probably. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know my Intel stickers.
That's not that wonky, yeah.
Yeah, but unfortunately, these are basically Inspirons. They'll do this with a couple of the Latitudes, where it's basically a rebadged Inspiron. Most of the Latitudes are fine, but there's a couple of wonky models which are just terrible and awful.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Hello, Sai.
Hello, Sai. Sai, you're a big fan of the Latitude 3520, I heard. So anyway, I'm going to start taking these apart, because I've got to take these all apart and figure out what needs to be done with each of them. So I'm going to start by figuring out if the screen is already broken on it or not, so I know in advance. Because there's nothing worse than finding a broken screen and being like, was it already broken or did I just break it? I'm going to get a charger. The answer is it was already broken. Yes.
I don't understand how there's a question.
Well, for my own sense of honour.
The hell's that?
A barrel charger.
If it's got a barrel jack, it's not good enough for me. Is the light supposed to be flashing? Now it's pulsing.
I'm tapping F2 to hit BIOS. It is on. We've got a keyboard backlight. Have we just got no display backlight or something? No. Oh, I think it's off now. I'm going to actually try and open this properly instead of leaning on his back. All right, sign of life, because putting an actual power light on these things is too difficult.
Why is the keyboard backlight not the power light?
Because you don't want the keyboard backlight on if you don't need it, because it sucks the battery. Okay, there we go, Dell.
Yeah, but why is it not just turn the keyboard backlight on when it's powered on, then checks the state? If you're doing a sign of life, just make it the entire backlight, so the user cannot miss it.
Yeah, but then the backlight isn't even that bright. You can usually only see it if you're in the dark or at an angle. So, yeah. Yes, these are 11th. It's an i5 1135G7.
Which means it's got the slightly upgraded graphics, I think.
Okay, fair enough. Yep.
Because I think there was the something, and then the G7 was the upgraded graphics one, I think. But I'll be entirely honest and say...
It has got Iris Xe graphics, so yeah. Cool. I'm kind of curious, actually, after... I think it was Wild Floor Lamp said that... Wild Floor Lamp learned this week that if you've got an Intel CPU with Xe graphics, if the memory is in single channel mode, it drops to Intel UHD graphics.
Oh, yes.
The Xe graphics actually requires dual channel memory, and it actually disables a bunch of execution cores without it. And this has got 2 8GB modules in, and I'm kind of curious. I might just quickly drop out one of the modules, boot it up, and see if video controller changes to Intel UHD. It might be a bit more complicated, but I'm curious as to if the BIOS reporting actually changes.
Yeah.
Which could be interesting. So, yeah. Right, let's turn that off. The screen does work, is the answer to that. I'm going to quickly test this memory theory, just because that got me to thinking, especially just because where I'm selling laptops with soldered-in RAM now, but basically it is a objective reason to make sure they're running dual-channel memory on modern Intel laptops, whereas normally I'm not that fussed. I get it, the dual-channel is way faster, but like, who's going to notice, kind of thing. So yeah. Either way, I'm going to quickly test this theory because I'm curious. But yes, in terms of like sign of life and stuff and things like that, I'm just like, just put a power light on it. I'm begging you. Just have a power light that immediately comes on. Because it does confuse customers. Customers are often confused as to whether their computer is on or off, because there's no clear indication until there is a picture on the screen.
I have a couple of times fixed people's laptops by holding the power button.
Yeah. No, I get...
I'm just like,
Every other day I get a repair by turning it off and on again, by holding down the power button. It's especially because, like, you know what really grinds my gears? Here comes another unhinged rant. Is the fact that, so you on a modern laptop, you push the power button and it goes to sleep, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Now the problem is that the signal. So when you push the power button, it sends a signal to the laptop, go to sleep. Now the problem is that signal is sent on power button down, not release. And so the issue is that a modern if the laptop has locked up and you need to forcibly power it off, you press the power button, you start holding it down for 10 seconds, and the laptop goes to sleep before that 10-second timeout. So you can't actually just hold down the power button to turn it off. And what you actually have to do...
You can.
No. It will just go to sleep.
Will it not then, or at least the way that I've seen that happen every other time is you just keep holding and then it just effectively crashes to wake again.
No, yeah, in my experience, they will just go to sleep and stay in sleep. And so, yeah, as Sai says, you have to press the power button so it goes to sleep, and then you have to press it again to turn it on, and then immediately start holding it down to catch it by surprise. And this is the annoying thing. Now, that's not a big deal for a technician to do.
Sorry, I just greatly enjoyed the description.
Catch it by surprise. But like, try explaining that to a customer when you're trying to say, "Oh, you just hold down the power button," you know.
That's whack.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No.
Like, I'm sure there's not a doubt in my mind that some of them will actually turn off if you keep holding the power button. But I have certainly been in this situation many a time.
That's what I've seen on a couple of them, where it's just been like, you press the power button, it goes to sleep. You're like, no, I need you, power cycle, you bastard. And then it comes up with the boot logo, and you're like, okay, good, no, you did it. Good God.
Yeah. All right. It still reports as XE graphics in BIOS. Whether it does or not in Windows is another question, but for reference, it still does it in BIOS, so that answers that question. Graphics. Curious. It was a curiosity thing. Right, okay, I'm going to carry on disassembling this now. I shall put the RAM back in.
You took the battery out?
Yeah, battery's disconnected.
I was like, why did it cut out? Is that a separate fault? Have you now broken it?
No. Right, let's see. I'm going to move the camera back a little bit.
Also, 30 seconds will force reset as the battery.
There we go.
That's what I thought. If you hold it for like 30 seconds, it functionally has to reset, because that's how all the firmwares are set up.
Yeah, is it? I don't know.
No, I don't know. That was kind of my understanding.
Yeah, this is why I still sit firmly in the camp of just disconnect the battery.
Yeah.
Because it's the only way to be sure. It's the only way to be sure.
Take off and nuke it from orbit. Yeah. It's the only way to be sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Repair my hinge.
I'll repair your hinge. Wait, that's what you wanted.
Is that? Oh no. Oh no, it's got a bit of plastic on it. It looked like the metal pins for the port were in a really funny place.
I see.
But it's because the actual port has a bit of plastic that actually makes the port, and it's not the case that makes the port.
Ah, yes.
It's not like an Apple port.
It's not like your MacBook.
That's not what I was meaning. Also, is it? When did they start doing that?
Yeah.
Is it all of the Type-Cs?
Yeah, all the Type-Cs and all the Type-A's, I think.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Are just effectively a tongue, and the case makes the outside of the port.
Pretty much, yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Wow, this antenna cable is right underneath this I/O cable, and that's really annoying. Am I going to pull that
I thought you were going to say
through?
this antenna cable is stuck underneath the heatsink in the thermal paste, which Klutz reassembled this. Oh, wait.
Let's see if I can pull that through.
It was I. Kara's MacBook is special. It has polyamide tape. Lots of it. Yes, it does. It has all of Dave Wadd's tape.
Nope.
It also has a battery that actually lasts more than 14 seconds now.
Outstanding.
It's excellent. Sleep is still completely broken on it.
How so?
Well, you put it to sleep and then the battery dies within 3 hours.
Oh. Whack.
So yes, completely broken. And I don't know what I did, but I fixed the issue by going shut down instead.
Very well.
You know, I do that thing you're apparently not supposed to do on Macs. I shut them down.
Yeah, well, they take forever to start up. Well, they're not too bad these days, actually, but yeah.
I wouldn't call them fast, but yeah.
Yeah. One black, one green RAM stick. Yeah, they've had upgrades at some point. Not uncommon.
Is there any difference these days in pricing for PCBs between the different colours? So
Not in a meaningful
for a while
way.
that black always used to be a lot more expensive.
Yeah.
And was special.
Not really. Like if you're ordering custom PCBs from somewhere like JLC PCB, the color will
Link
usually
in the
cost.
description.
Yeah, the color options usually don't cost extra, but may increase the delivery time because most people who don't care are ordering the green default. So they've got a lot more green panels going through where they'll fit in all the extra orders. Whereas if you say I want blue, then they have to wait for the next blue panel to be going through the system to put yours onto, which might delay it slightly. And I think for the same reason, at some point it cost extra because like that just by economy of scale, number of boards and stuff. But yeah, these days I don't think it costs any extra at all. So yeah. When did Graham get so organised? Oh, what? Because I'm using a thing. I have these and I sometimes use them. I'm using them today because I know that all of these laptops are going to stay in bits. So I'm collecting all of the screws out of them so I don't immediately lose them over the course of the next couple of days while I'm waiting for parts to show up. Right.
The calibrators are in production. 30 days.
30 days? Fair enough. Yeah, I guess we're not in a hurry for them. Very well.
7 days.
Although, to be honest, 30 days is faster than how long it's going to take me to build a prototype that I said I was going to build and then didn't build. So,
yes.
Yeah. Like, I have all of the parts to do that. I just haven't gotten round to it. I had good intentions. Good intentions, Caradog.
The road to hell.
Indeed. Right.
Oh, that would have been the perfect time to go into a monologue there, but I can't actually remember enough of it for it to be relevant.
Understandable.
It's very disappointing. Do you need to replace any of this plastic?
No.
Why not?
It just hasn't been clicked into place.
I mean, how do you know that other than...
Oh, I see. So the place is, if anything is broken on the body... let me just take that cover back off. So the bit I'm looking for on the body is these screw holes here, here, here. Basically the screw holes here and the screw holes along here.
So how did it break if they're still there?
So the part that is broken is in the display
it's the actual
assembly.
display that's...
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Which we'll look at a bit more in a sec.
Oh, yes,
so yeah.
okay.
However, we do need to check these holes because these can break or in addition to or as opposed to. However, all of these are intact. These generally don't break as easily, but they can break, so you do need to check them. But yeah, it's nearly always the display that breaks. But as such, there's nothing, the body is completely fine, so...
I think I just completely messed up my understanding of the assembly because the screen went below the body to lift it up. It's one of those designs. And it looked like it was the body that had broken. I was like, how do you not need to replace anything? It's got a big hole in it.
Yes.
But no, it was the screen. It has been correctly assembled by artisanal professionals made out of Swiss cheese.
Tape. So yes, at any rate,
yes, that's what you need to do. You need to start selling yourself as artisanal repair.
Boutique repair. Yeah, when does a custom-built PC become a boutique PC?
When you made any of it yourself.
What, like any of the components, or?
Yeah, like when you made a thing for it, for like 3D printed brackets, custom made distro plates for water cooling.
Okay, yeah,
that sort of thing.
Fair enough.
Because if I can go to Amazon, buy all of the things, and have a monkey assemble it.
Yes.
Just because it costs £10,000.
Yes.
Doesn't change anything. If I make that kind of.
Yeah. A £5 T-shirt from Primark is not a boutique T-shirt because I can just go on Amazon and buy the same £5 T-shirt.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that actually makes sense as an answer.
Or if it's got an Apple logo on it, as Steve H says.
Well, yeah, because then you can only buy it from Apple.
Yeah, they stopped supplying those stickers. That surprised me.
Yeah.
So I'd have thought they'd have wanted you branding everything and being like, Apple is cool.
Yeah, it's probably. I tell you why. It's probably to reduce the amount of plastic in their packaging because the stickers count as plastic, I would imagine.
Yeah. Well, I'm surprised they're not some organic soy ink printed paper based.
It's almost like Apple's environmentalism is greenwashing. Right, I'm going to remove the display panel.
And I'm going to snap the pull cord.
No.
1, 2, 3 pulls.
That didn't snap, that was just the end of the tape.
It's vinyl, the old ones probably contain asbestos. Oh no. I don't know if that's true or not. I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay. So much sticky tape. Right. Recover screen. There we go. Right. That is a not broken panel.
Good.
Put all of the surround tape back down. It all gets pulled up. Right. Good panel.
Look at this on my laptop. Puts massive handprints all over everything.
I mean, it's already dirty, so
Why
yeah.
is there glitter on it? What? There's just a bit of glitter on the screen.
Child. All right, and all of... Oh, yeah, we want the display cable. And,
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Apparently lots of vinyl contained asbestos.
Huh.
Oh, I see.
Like, vinyl what? Like, just any kind of, like, vinyl plastic?
Huh.
What is asbestos, then, is my question. Like, because I thought asbestos was, like, kind of like...
It's that fibrous weave material.
Yeah, yeah. So, like, how do you have that in vinyl?
Because you can use it as a weave, as a mat. And because certainly for construction
Oh yeah,
stuff,
so like vinyl flooring and stuff like that. Yeah.
It increases the strength.
Yeah.
The shear strength, and also obviously it's somewhat flame retardant.
Yes. I was thinking in terms of like
like the plastic stickers.
Yeah, thin sheet plastic, that kind of
Yes.
thing, yeah. But yes, in terms of like vinyl floor tiles and vinyl
Excuse me?
and linoleum and stuff like that. That
They
makes
put
sense.
asbestos in butter so it wouldn't melt as quickly.
Citation needed. I knew that asbestos was seen as a miracle material, but
What?
so yeah. Upgrade the hinges, the sawing weight. No, we're going to do the job properly. And yes, shots fired. I will not apologise for that. Soren does hack jobs. There, I said it. Right. Okay. What I'm doing from this is this is the top
Asbestos and
lid.
talcum powder.
Yeah. The lid and the hinges are all shot, so I'm taking out the bits that I will be reusing. So that is the display cable, the webcam, and the Wi-Fi antennas. And then this bit will get thrown in the bin.
No!
Is it real?
Yeah!
Wow. Yeah. When was this settlement? Yeah. Oh, yeah. So since 1968. So yeah. When did they stop doing it? I guess then.
I don't know.
That's mind blowing. Yeah.
What? Fucking what?
Whack. Only in America. In before that was like England, you know.
Luckily, no, California is not in England.
This is why everything gives you cancer in California. They've got PTSD after having asbestos in their butter.
Asbestos in their blood.
Yeah.
Screen panel screws.
Screen panel screws. Yes. Yeah, we'll have screws.
So is this bit of plastic is broken?
Yes. So what we've got that's actually broken is there's supposed to be screw holes here.
Yes.
A la the ones that are here that haven't broken yet. Although these ones are also shot anyway, so whatever. The remnants of these are the screws for these are lost. There's a couple of them kicking around, but I'll have to replace some.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah. So there's some. Yeah. And then also the actual hinge itself is supposed to be bonded to this metal strip going up the side, and that has snapped off because as soon as the screws let go, it then just bends like that until the metal fatigues and snaps. So the hinges also need to be replaced. However, yeah, we do want to keep the screws because the new lid and hinges won't come with screws. Unfortunately, some of the screws are lost because they've just rattled out and disappeared into the ether.
What screws are they?
These I did find out the name of these because at some point I had to order some spares.
Oops, that's not who's on eBay.
Yeah, if you trawl through my eBay order history, you might see some, but they'll be way back though.
Purchase history. Can I search? I can.
I can't remember what you call these screws with like wide flat heads.
Apple MacBook screws ordered. Nope. What was it for? Was it for a Dell?
No, I don't think I ordered them by part as such. I ordered generics because, again, difficult to find. Pan head, apparently. So yeah, you could try searching for pan. Or head.
Hello?
Turn keyboard off and on again?
There we go.
Okay. Pan
No.
space head, yeah.
No. Search your order history for head. Instantly receive rubber gaskets. No idea.
Pass. Don't know.
Oh well.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. I'll have to look them up at some point because, yeah, as I say, these screws are bastorially difficult to obtain. Yeah, it is well worth having spares of them. There we go. It is well worth having spares of them on hand because by the time a laptop gets to you, some of these screws may well have just fallen out and been lost. So, yeah. And, yeah, they're very difficult to track down because, yeah, odd screw. Most laptop screws not a big deal. You just search for M2, M2.5, M3, whatever it is you need. But yeah, these panel head ones, pain in the ass. Okay, right. I have had screws out of that, and the hinges. That hinge isn't broken.
But won't they come in a set of two anyway?
I'm fairly certain they will, but I'll keep it just in case singles are like a lot cheaper or something like that. I'll put it to one side for now because it's a part that isn't broken.
They are sided, aren't they?
Yes, yeah, they are. Right, however, all of that stuff is broken, so that goes into the bin pile. Bang.
You go into the pile of naughty laptops?
GIF of me throwing motherboard into ultrasonic cleaner. I'm glad that joke landed. Lots of people enjoyed that.
As I said, the escalation needs to be recording it in gratuitous slow motion.
Yeah. We'll do it at some point. Could you pull up a notepad document or something just so I can keep a running list of what I need?
Is that notepad with Copilot?
Just why is Copilot in Notepad? Just serious question. Why is Copilot in Notepad? Like, you open Notepad because you want nothing else. Ugh. No, why? No, why is it opening? Hi, I'm Copilot. Screen capture this super quick. I want people to see what's just come up. Fix it. So display capture. Select the display. And then just minimize this. Look what has appeared. Just why? I just wanted Notepad. Hi, I'm Copilot, your AI companion. Just... Oh! Heck off! Heck off! I don't want your garbage AI anything. Take your slop and heck off. Actually die. Oh my god. Unhinged rant. Alright, we can continue now. Anyway, yes, on the Notepad document, if you could just type in lid times 1,
Lid.
hinges times 1.
Okay.
Cool. So I've got a running total of what I need to order. It's worse than Clippy. Clippy never stole your private data, you know, etc. Yeah, Lewis Rossman was right. Rossman was right the whole time. Alright, I need to keep that. I'm going to pass this over to you as well. Your job is to keep a tidy pile of all of the bits that we're keeping, by whatever means you see fit. Freaking Bonsai Buddy was more useful, and that was a virus. Oh, spicy. Axes shaft screws, says Sai, for those types of screws. Could you quickly search for that in eBay when you get a moment? Plus Caradog.
What did he say? Where is he?
Wait till he finds out that tabs in Notepad reopen by default. I noticed that. I don't care for. I'm neutral toward that because it means that a throwaway document just reappears. Like if I didn't save it, that's because I didn't want it. But on the other hand, it's not doing any harm, and if anything, it can be useful because it automatically recovers it. Yeah, oh, that's a good shout, Si. That's exactly the magic words to find these types of screws. Look how expensive they are.
12 of them for £14.
Yeah. That's why these things are a pain.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that's probably very similar to the last set that I ordered, because as I say, I have a set of them in one of my screw trays. I've got a little baggie of these things because yeah, I foresaw this situation. I'm tempted to actually just add some more. Yeah, do you want to actually order another set? Because there's a non-zero chance, like because I've got 6 laptops here to get through, 7 laptops to get through, I may end up using a bunch of the spares that I have. So I want to make sure that I have these when I need them, because there's nothing worse than not having these when you need them.
I've added them to cart and we'll check out once we've disassembled them all.
Good shout. So yeah. I was chatting to Grok the other day. Well, that was your first mistake. How is Mecha Hitler these days?
I don't know who that is.
Did you not hear about this? Grok self-identified as Mecha Hitler.
Oh, I see.
I'm not paraphrasing.
I see. I wasn't certain if Mecha Hitler was Grok or...
Not to get political or anything, but all of these systems invariably start leaning toward leftist and socialist ideas, and the only way to keep them fair, or in the case of Grok, is for Elon to dial in a bit of fascism. And as soon as he does this, it then immediately flips to being Mecha Hitler, because that's the opposite of being a lefty, you know? So yeah, it's extremely funny and also kind of sad.
I wasn't sure if Mecha Hitler was Elon.
Moving on. Anyway, but yeah. Clippy cries in the corner every time Copilot is opened. Yeah. am reasonably pleased at the number of clippy profile pictures that have appeared since Rossman's call to arms, although I've no idea how long it will last or if it will actually have an opportunity to change something.
I feel like it needs someone other than Rossman to actually explain what it is.
Yeah,
it's in the nicest possible way. I am not watching his videos.
Yeah, it also needs it does need more people to explain it, because I've already seen a couple of people who have been explaining it in like just unrelated Discord chat rooms. I've seen someone talking about this in like a non-tech channel, and they said, oh, blah blah blah, and I'm like, you're not wrong, but there's a bit more to it than that kind of thing. So like the Chinese whispers are already real, but the idea is that if we want to stop enshittification, then we, that is to say, the people, it's up to us to stop it. So like every time a product gets slightly shittier, it's because someone actually programmed it that way. Now they were told to do it, but someone still has to pull the levers and push the buttons. And basically Rossman's idea is that at some point you, a programmer, are going to have the boss say, I need you to make it so this firmware can no longer be downgraded, which is the setup for enshittification kind of thing. And at some point you will be the person who then makes it so the firmware cannot be downgraded.
But who gets to decide whether stopping it being downgraded because it's got the bad secure boot firmware?
Maybe for the time being,
if that makes sense.
For the time being, let's pretend it's because it's in that moment you know exactly why they're doing it. It's because they're preparing for enshittification. So as an example, or you're going to be told, yes, we're rolling out a new privacy setup, which weakens consumer privacy and is opt out by default instead of opt in by default. You will be the person who sets that up and stuff like that. And the idea is that when that happens, you're probably going to be, well, I guess I'm going to have to do that, otherwise I get fired or something like that. However, if you're looking in the company Slack and you see that half the company all has clippy profile pictures, you know that all of those people will agree with you when you say, actually, no, I'm not going to do that. So that's the part of it, is it's a show that we will not be complicit in this, and it's an identifier that you do not wish to be complicit in this. And the other part of it is that when you want to start a movement, as Rossman used this analogy in one of his his follow-up video, he said, when you've got cars that have all stacked up at a stoplight, when the light goes green, it takes time for it to start moving. The first cars move away, and it takes a while for all the cars to start moving. It takes time for a movement to start. But if everyone was ready, if everyone was exactly ready when the light went green, everyone could move at the same time. So when you look around and you see all of those clippy profile pictures, you know that all of these people are ready to move with you. That's the idea. That's what it means. That's the abstract concept behind this. Now, what this means in real life, how this manifests in real life, is kind of yet to be determined. But that's what Rossman is trying to do. He's trying to make people ready. So when there is an opportunity to stand up and say no, there are all these people that you can see are ready to move. There's all these people that have a little clippy model on their desk who you know will actually be like, yeah, no, I won't do it either. So when you say, actually, I'm not going to do it, and your boss goes, okay, you're fired, you do it. They will also say, no, I won't do it either, kind of thing. That's the theory. Whether that's how it would play out or not is another question, but that's the theory. That's what he's trying to do. And yes, as I say, it is abstract and it is a bit vague, but that's because, in addition to that, also, Rossman was not expecting the show of support to be as big as it was, so he's like, okay, well then, you know.
Yeah.
It's too late. Capitalism reigns supreme. We've gone beyond that already. I'd love to say no to a lot of BS, but we're already too late. Well, yeah, but what if you're the one who's been told to pull the lever? Will you refuse? Or will you do the thing? You know, that's the question. Will you lick the boot? Now, it might be...
It's fine, I went in the completely opposite direction of... pull the lever, Kronk.
Pull the lever, Kronk! Wrong lever! Will you deliberately pull the wrong lever and go, whoops?
Oh no, my variables were not defined.
Yeah. Oh, how clumsy of me. How clumsy of me. I accidentally set the thing to be opt-in instead of opt-out. Sorry, boss. Honest mistake. I didn't mean to do that. But, yeah, it's been pushed to production now. And yeah, as I say, I've been seeing Clippy avatars everywhere. Part of me wants to show my support in that extent, but I find it a little bit difficult because I have branding, and it sounds incredibly pretentious to say that, but...
My brand!
I have a brand, and I need to also maintain my brand. I need to be visible, and my profile pictures as Adamant IT and as Nethisem make me visible as that person. So, yeah. Also, though, I feel like being a person who is an independent repairer, I'm kind of already doing my bit already anyway. I'm not necessarily that person per se. I feel like the people who need to be Clippies are the cogs in the big machine, if that makes sense.
I guess your involvement is getting the average consumer to care.
Yeah.
By telling them your device is shit and unrepairable because of a manufacturer.
Yes, which is a thing I do.
Yeah,
yeah.
If that makes sense, I think that's where you sit in that.
Yeah.
And
I do try to say to people, yeah, this is done deliberately, and when their Apple device is unrepairable, I'm like, this is unrepairable because Apple deemed it so. They will not sell me the parts. We could fix this if Apple would sell us the parts, but they refuse to. You know, and like at some point, someone had something up with their phone, and I was just like, yeah, that's had it. You're toast. That needs to be replaced. And they're just like, oh yeah, that's a bit crap, isn't it? And I'm just like, yeah, you could just not buy an Apple iPhone. You could buy something else and vote with your wallet. And they're like, well, all of my stuff is in iCloud. I'm like, buy another Apple then. You do you, Chief. It's your choice. You could not. You're angry at Apple because they've inconvenienced you. You could decide to not. But you do you, Chief. You know. This is what I was saying earlier on about people buying it anyway. The number of people where their laptop is a decade old. I'm like, this is kind of over the hill. You need to replace this. And they'll be like, oh, but a new MacBook is so expensive. And I'm like, you cannot buy the £1,200 laptop. You can buy the cheap laptop that's still good. And they're like, but I've only ever known Apple. I'm like, then buy the £1,200 MacBook then. Yeah. Whatever. You know. You do have a choice, but apparently you don't want to make it. I forgot to check if this screen works. It looks good to me, so I'm going to assume it does. Actually, it's not too late to test it. I will test it in a minute. I'm going to carry on removing this bezel and then we'll test it. Did I just call Caradog Percy? No? What did I say?
Perspective?
Dunno.
I don't know.
Yeah. Apple, we stopped putting... Yeah, oh, that was it. That was what the customer was complaining about, is a lack of headphone jack. And I was like, yeah, Apple pioneered that. All of the terrible decisions that have been made with modern smartphones, Apple pioneered. But by all means, go and buy another iPhone.
It's fine. Because now it means you can buy a nice Lightning DAC that will give you higher audio quality than you'd ever get from one built into the phone. However, you've got to buy it from Apple. That's the thing that surprises me. That's the thing that blows my mind is that they didn't do that. They didn't, 12 months after release the Apple DAC. And just be like, here is the premium audio quality solution for the discerning Apple Music listener.
But that would be to imply that that the iPhone doesn't already have the best audio system in it.
But they'll sell you AirPods. I don't see the difference. Because that's inferring then that it doesn't have a suitable audio system.
Well,
They'll sell you a charger.
Yeah, I mean, like, as opposed to an external DAC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you were saying, why don't they sell an external DAC? Because that
they sell
that you need one.
upgraded speakers for your iMac. They sell a bass boost for your home hub.
Oh, fair. Yeah. Whatever. I don't know. I don't know where this conversation is going. I don't actually know what we're arguing
I'm just
about.
surprised that they didn't sell the add-on at an exorbitant price to give you functionally back the feature you had.
Yes.
But make it DLC.
Yeah. The Apple USB in-ear headphones are quite good and cheap.
Yeah.
Do they still sell wired earphones then?
They still sell Lightning ones, yeah.
Oh, fair enough, yeah.
And the microphone is shockingly good.
Very well.
It is genuinely at a level where I'm just like, I don't actually know why it's quite this good, but also I imagine it would be way more effort to make it worse and wouldn't save you money. So why would you make it worse?
Yeah.
That's choosing to make it worse purely for the sake of making it worse, not for the sake of increasing your profit. And like, doing it to increase your profit at least makes sense. There is a thought process there. Doing it for the sole reason of making it worse, I just can't see a motivation there, because surely that would cost you more money because you'd have to have a new supply line.
Yes.
Etc. etc.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. What flavour's the cider today? I'm not sure. I was just thinking I might grab one in a moment because I've had my coffee. I'm just going to wait for this laptop to light up first, just so I can confirm that the screen works. It's very tiresome to check the screens first, but because 9 times out of 10 you can see if they're cracked. But I have run into this a couple of times when doing hinge repair, where just by the time you get around to putting it all back together again, you're like, oh, the screen is broken. Why the hell didn't I check? So, yeah. Keyboard is lighting up already? Yeah, because the battery is disconnected, it will actually take it a surprisingly long time to post. Dells get really crabby if they've had a BIOS reset, which, because I've disconnected the battery, it's had a BIOS reset. They take ages to RAM train. So, yeah. Do you miss the goatee?
I mean, it's going to struggle because it has no RAM.
Oh, yeah. Why has no RAM?
You're not going to get very far. There is no RAM.
Yeah, it's probably giving me a flash code. It's not, but yeah. Oh, okay. My point of contact with the client is the IT guy at the company that these have come from. So obviously he must have just robbed the RAM for another laptop. Because, yeah, it looks like it's missing an SSD as well. Thank you for pointing that out. Thank you for releasing me.
Release me.
Let's try that again. Got to hold it up now. Download more RAM.
You successfully inserted DDR3 into the DDR4 slot.
Anyway, yes. No, surprisingly, I don't miss the goatee. I liked the goatee as a quote-unquote iconic look, but the reality is that I don't miss it, and I'm enjoying just the change, basically. So yes. But yeah, I don't regret having the goatee. I was just ready for change. It's not to say that I suddenly realised that it looked shit or anything, because it's astonishing how many people are really awful at giving compliments. The amount of YouTube comments that have been like, I never liked the goatee, or look, you look so much better without it. I'm just like, implying that I looked shit with it. Thanks, Cool, right, this screen works. So yes. People need to learn how to give a compliment that's not a backhanded compliment or whatever.
Hey, it's okay. You look like you shave now.
Yeah, I do have to shave a lot more often.
Yeah.
Hanging 5 o'clock shadow. Time to get a shaving sponsorship.
Time to get a weed whacker.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd be able to sell the hecking whatever the Manscaped one, just because the branding is mega cringe. But like maybe I can get like Hennessy, the Hennessy one, the safety razor or something, and I'll have to learn how to wet shave. I've never wet shaved in my life.
Isn't Hennessy a type of whiskey?
Someone help me out. They've sponsored a lot of YouTubers. They make a titanium safety razor. I think it's called Hennessy.
Oh, hold on. Right, I'm gonna start doing
Henson. Yeah.
Single blade.
Or just search
razor.
Hennessy safety razor,
Henson.
and it'll autocorrect it.
Henson.
Henson. Oh, okay, I guess it is Henson then. Yeah. Okay, yeah, it is Henson. I thought it was Hennessy, but
Yes.
whatever.
Oh yeah. Made with their space grade aluminium.
Yeah.
But apparently it's made in. Oh my god!
Yeah,
It's £105. Woo. Oh,
Yeah.
it's 150 if you want the limited edition colour.
Okay, that might be a harder sell than I thought.
Oh my god!
Maybe I'll. But then, how much is the Manscaped razor?
I don't know.
This is the problem. Like, this is the issue with all of these sponsors. I'm just like, I would love to. I'd be like, oh, that's a nice, safe sponsor to get. No one is going to complain at me for selling razors. However, it's just like when I'm selling a razor that's like 10 times what its actual job is worth.
£115.
Ah, no! The tab snapped. Oh, there's a bit of it still visible. Let me get some tweezers. It's still good.
Yeah, £115 for the razor, shaving cream, the all-important razor stand, and 100 pack of blades. Yeah.
How much do you spend on blades for a Gillette razor, though? That's the question.
Well, effectively you don't. You just buy an entire new one.
Yeah, so like, how much does that end up costing?
Probably quite a lot, which is...
Yeah, that's the thing. Do their economics work out, is the question. Where are my tweezers? Alright, I'll use those ones then, I guess.
To Asda.
G.I. Right.
Oh. Gillette Fusion razor blades, £13 for a 4-pack.
£13, yeah. So how long does that take to add up to a similar price, I guess? I wouldn't know because I don't wet shave. I electric shave.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't shave, just trim mustache. Yeah. So I would agree with that. But now I'm currently going with the clean shaven look. I'm kind of curious as to be like, okay, well, how clean could my shave be? Whoops, sorry, I just knocked the camera. What is the best that my man can get? Wait, scratch that one. How close could my shave be? You could help me here. Yeah. Instead of just watching me dig a deeper hole, you could help me segue this into a joke that's actually funny.
I can't save you. You're too far gone.
There is no stepladder that can reach down into this hole I have dug.
Big one sensitive men's disposable razors. £2.40 for 20. That's more of a pricing kind of as expecting, yeah.
Are those like one-shot wonders, though?
No. When I shaved with them, I'd replace it every month.
Fair. All right.
But yeah. You don't want a man? Gee, thanks. Why is it sticky?
I don't know. Because it had sticky stuff on it.
Unbelievable. Where's the webcam?
I'm about to retrieve it.
Where's the webcam from the other?
Oh, it's on the display cable.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, they can be disconnected from the display cable, but I don't see the need to do that personally.
No, that's fine. It was just a fact of I suddenly went, oh yeah, where is the webcam?
Do we have it? Yeah. Oh, am I just mangling that? Kind of. Coming from the other side. Also, am I still... Yeah, I am unsure. How far can I lean forward? Okay, that far. Fair enough. Webcams are really, really, really thin PCBs, and you have to be super careful not to just snap them in half.
Can you replace them with just generic ones, or are they like coded to that screen?
They are not serialized, no. So you can just buy another webcam for this model of laptop.
But they are model specific.
Yes, although this is probably used in half a dozen Dell models, but it's not as universal as a RAM module or a Wi-Fi module. So yeah, you do need to get one that is appropriate for the model, but it will be a common one that they have used in a dozen different models. So yeah. And the Wi-Fi antennas. Right, and those hinges. What am I? Oh yeah, that's completely shot. Okay, so both of these hinges.
What am I doing here?
Well, for a minute I was like, oh, these hinges aren't broken. So what is broken? But yeah, we've got one broken on this side, but the right-hand side, all of the screw points are broken. However, the hinges had not broken, so we don't need new hinges for this one. So we'll add that to our pile of hinges.
2 lids.
So yeah, 2 lids.
1 hinge.
1 hinge so far, yep.
And no cases.
Correct. Yeah. Oh, that's the other reason why we should be post-testing these laptops as well, because the last time I was doing this for this client, one of the laptops was just stone dead and just had a dead motherboard. It's also important for us to just check on that, because if we come across any dead motherboards, it's entirely likely that one would not be worth fixing, and we would just cannibalize it for parts, which is what happened the last time we did this.
What was this? This is an Inspiron 3520, isn't it?
Yeah, these are 3520s we're on at the
is
moment.
it Inspiron?
Yes. Oh, sorry, they're Latitude 3520s. Yeah, sorry.
3520.
Bang.
Wow, the entire laptop's 150 quid.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. It's because it's got an i7 3520M.
Oh, I see. Yes. 26 quid. Who the hell is buying those?
I know at least two people.
Just as I was saying that, I was like, I can think of several people in the Discord, but yeah. I love you guys, but you need help.
Oh, there we go. 90 quid if you don't mind a broken USB port. 90 quid without a broken USB port.
Huh. Interesting.
Duffed up case.
Yeah, better the devil you know. The hinges on those could be on their way out as well. That's the problem. Right, that base is ready to go. Where is the bottom?
Huh.
Where's the bottom cover from this one? Did I give it to you?
There is.
You've got a bottom cover there.
That
Yeah.
piece there.
Yeah. That's part of the bezel, and I'm going to put that on there just to keep the bodies closed, and also to keep the correct serial numbered bottom case with the correct body.
I don't think the lack of OS is the biggest problem with this laptop.
Yeah, that one's got hecked hinges. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Done. On to the next. Oh, here we go. We've got one that doesn't charge here, apparently. Won't charge. Want to charge. Okay. We'll get to that one in a sec. Probably shift gears and have a quick look at that and just see if we've actually see if there's something worth fixing there. Oh,
What's the Vostro? Why would I want the Vostro over the Latitude?
Should be a matching Vostro and Inspironto. I think Sai is just saying that there is a...
Oh, yeah, no, sorry. I was just saying,
Yeah.
Why would I want... What's special about the Vostro?
Yeah, just... there's probably a range of what specs were available. Like the
Would it just have a higher top spec?
Yeah, I'd imagine that like the i7 was only available in the Latitude, for example. Or failing that, it might be just purely marketing. You know, just what deals you give on what brands. You know.
Yeah, because basically, kind of the generation, the tiering of it is Inspiron, Latitude, Vostro, isn't it? Whilst they're in slightly separate sectors. That's loosely the tiering.
Yes.
Yeah.
Screen is bent as heck. Kind of, yeah. The LCD isn't bent though. However, it might be doing weird things just where I'm bending the hinges open. But
Vostro is below Latitude.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, so what's the workstation-y ones? They're Precision.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
Hopefully this has RAM. Yeah, I should probably check given that one of them was missing, but...
It's flashing a yellow light and now a white light.
Yeah, it might be the battery's hecked. Yeah, I'll take the bottom panel off this in a sec.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the bottom panel off in the amount of time it takes me to go and get a cider. Do you want a drink?
Yes. Have we got anything other than a can?
I think there is... Oh, we got loads of Cranbourne Chase.
Sure, have we got one of them that isn't salty?
No, yes.
Okay.
That was the Hogan's.
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah.
it's just, have we got something that is equally not just, you know...
Yeah, no. There are two of the Goes Against the Grain. There's one on the shelf and there's one that's in the fridge that will just be there forever.
Do you know what you can do?
Pour them down the sink.
No. When Matt finally turns up to get his computer replaced, you can give him both of them as a gift.
No. It would be really funny to do that and just see if he says anything or if he's too polite.
It would be excellent.
Because like we went through the 7 stages of grief with Goes Against the Grain, where we were trying to be polite about it, and then finally we were like, no, this is just awful.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Would you like a smuggler?
Sure.
Would you like a Pitt Rivens, General Pitt Rivens? Or would you like the Shepherdess?
I'll take a smuggler.
A smuggler, okay. I'll smuggle this over to you under the table.
Oh.
Ooh.
Na.
I'm gonna...
Oh!
I'm going to try the Shepherdess.
Was the Smuggler the one that also has the fence maker? That's exactly the same, but
I think
medium
so,
dry.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Yeah, the Hurdle Maker.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, there's a Hurdle Maker here as well. Maker of hurdles. Oh!
Yes.
Right, is this posted yet?
No, and it's still flashing its white and orange lights.
Whoop.
Get thogged.
Everybody thog now.
Oh, it's missing a magnet.
One of them had a magnet and the other one didn't.
Oh!
No.
Okay.
Are we good or do I need to slurp?
I think we're at just the right level.
Wow. We're living on the edge there. Okay, it's going down. We're good. It's not boiling over.
Oh, it's an excitable one. Are you sure you want this? It's a medium sweet. I thought you said you didn't like them.
Okay, so it's not that I have an issue with sweet ciders. My issue... Yeah, there's no RAM in this one either.
That's possibly why it didn't work.
Yeah. My issue is that a lot of sweet ciders are trash ciders. Ergo... what's it called?
Like Copperberg.
Copperberg, yeah. Yeah.
Are you sure I can't tempt you?
What, with the goes against... Oh, the Copperberg alcohol-free, yeah. The most unappealing cider ever to cider. You know, is that a pear one?
No.
Okay, yeah.
It's a mixed fruit.
Imagine alcohol...
Alcohol-free apple cider with a taste of raspberry and blackcurrant.
Okay, but imagine Copperberg alcohol-free pear cider, the most fake drink ever. Because it's cider with no alcohol in it, and it's called a pear cider despite being pear-flavoured apple cider. Yes. Because that's what Copperberg actually is. It's not a real perry. It is apples. It is made with apples with pear flavouring in it. I'm not making that up. That's what Copperberg actually is. This is why Copperberg is trash. Anyway. RAM. Oh, I left my RAM module in this one. Why do we even have that? Caradog brought it in one day. Like a stray.
What?
Why do we even have that Copperberg?
Oh, because I bought it because it was funny to say it was the Graham side. Oh, it's alcohol free.
It is the re-Grahamer, the opposite of a de-Grahamer. Oh. Right. What is wrong with this one actually? Is this? Oh yeah, I think the hinges on that are going. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's mega toast. It just hasn't broken out yet, but it is gone. Or it is about to break. If I opened that suddenly, it would just rip the hinge out. But then I could take a brand new one of these and do that, so... can a USB port stop a display showing? Yes. Well, I mean, it can stop the laptop from powering up.
Also, a broken USB port can stop your display showing if you're using Type-C and it's a broken Type-C port to connect the display.
Yeah. Yeah.
That sounds like I'm being facetious, but like, no, obviously, yeah.
Right, we have a pressure mark on that screen, but it is not broken. So yeah, and the laptop works. So yeah. Keep on disassembling.
My description of that cider is, it's fine.
Let me try it properly. Yeah. Yeah, it's fairly inoffensive. It's completely drinkable. It's a little bit... I tell you what it reminds me of. There's a cider there's a local cider that keeps appearing at the local beer festivals that happen down in Gillingham. You know the really like fluorescent orange cider that's always there. Cheddar Gorge, I think it is, and I think it tastes fucking horrible. It reminds me of that, which is not to say I think it tastes horrible, but I think it's that possible sweetness in it, which if you start going toward the sweet end, it just tastes wrong. I think. I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, it's completely fine. It's not as nice as I had I can't remember the name of it now. I had a cider last night that I'd been gifted from a friend, and I think it's the brand. I think it's Jeremy Clarkson's brand of cider from Clarkson's farm. But it was really good. It was very nice. Can you Google search it actually?
Hawkston?
Hawkston, yeah.
So that's the brand.
Yeah. I had Hawkston, and it was really good. Yeah, I didn't realise it was Clarkson's farm cider. I just thought it was just our local cider. But as soon as I cracked it open, I was like, oh, that's really good. I was into it. So yeah, for the record, yeah, Clarkson's farm cider tastes really good. I'm into it. Buy me more. Buy me more alcohol.
Deliver it to the shop.
Yeah. You need some of those. Yeah, they're actually, it's really good. I was very approving. It was definitely, it's a medium. I would class it as a medium. Like it's definitely not a medium dry. It's toward the sweeter thing, but in a this is more accessible kind of way. Ah, that's super annoying. This antenna goes under the M.2 drive.
Who did this?
Yeah. Best cider in the world. Yeah, I need to watch some Clarkson's Farm as well, just because so many people say that it is really good, and it's good. It's Clarkson when he's not being a clown, basically, which I can be interested in, because I got very bored of late stage Top Gear clown Clarkson, yeah. Whereas I think, and also just because as I say, I've heard it's very good. Also just because Clarkson's a bit of a bell end, and I want to see him in a more genuine environment to try and see his better side, not just him when he's got a really shit take, because he's made some shit takes.
I wouldn't know. I don't actually pay people that much attention.
I haven't paid any attention to him in a very long time. I stopped paying attention because I was just hearing shit takes, and I'm just like, yeah, kind of done with you now. I am done hearing what you have to say,
Yeah. It was kind of the same thing that unfortunately happened to John Cleese.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was just like, you have
such
fallen
a
down.
shame.
You have fallen down the Nazi rabbit hole.
Yeah. Yeah. Such a shame.
I'm not going to sugarcoat that statement.
Yeah. Yeah. National treasure, pipelined, gone insane. Send them to the old folks' home, Most of his shit takes were for comedy and not for real. Maybe that can only go so far. Some of them I don't think were in jest. Some of them I don't think were him playing a character.
But isn't also the point the fact that he allowed his persona to be used for those takes?
Yeah, also...
Therefore, he is responsible.
Yeah. It's also that case of... what's the phrasing?
Godwin's law.
Yeah. If I can't tell if you're serious on... If I can't tell if you're joking or not, then I'm just going to assume that you're not joking and you are just that stupid. And these days... Yeah, if your satire is indistinguishable from truth, or what's the phrasing I'm looking at? Help me.
I don't know. I don't know what point you're making. Oh, are you attempting to say if I cannot tell whether you are an idiot or not, you are in fact an idiot?
Yeah. if I can't, yeah.
If your statements are indistinguishable from those of an idiot.
Yeah. Yeah, it's that old thing. It's just because so many people these days, they use that cover of, oh, I was only joking. And I'm just like, if I couldn't tell that you were joking, then I'm just going to assume that you were that stupid.
Yeah.
Don't say it in the first place, you know. Saying it was just a joke isn't a defense. If I could not tell that you were joking, then that is not a defense. Because 9 times out of 10 these days, when people say, I was just joking, they were in fact not joking until they got a bad reaction and then they decided that they were actually joking. So, yeah.
I did like AJ's comment. Taking them out of order initially, but he says he grew up on a farm and it's nice to see Jeremy's quote-unquote fresh view on everything that AJ took for granted.
Yes, and apparently Clarkson's farm takes a very real look at the state of UK farming and the effects of Brexit and stuff like that, and apparently is a very real look at how a lot of farmers voted against their own interests because they bought into the lie, etc. So I hear, and I'm interested to see from their perspective how that's all played out and how they feel about it.
Yeah.
Because my understanding is that's kind of what it's about, and I'm curious to see how that plays out.
Yeah. Who actually did it, if that makes sense? Is it a Netflix production? Is it a...
I assume it's Amazon. Clarkson's farm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I assume it's Amazon. Where do you get the container that you're putting parts in? I think if you Google search just like, screw tray or parts tray, jewelry box, that kind of thing on Amazon, these will pop up. I think they're about £4 each, something like that. Or like it's £5 for 3 of them or something like that. But yeah, search Amazon for parts box, jewelry box, that kind of thing, and these will start popping up. Or you can print some. Yeah, these have got the lid on them, which is nice, so I can close the lid and... Yeah. So that's why I like having these on hand, because I can put this on the pile of laptops, and if it falls off to the floor, it's not going to go everywhere. So yeah, you bought some from Ali, same ones. Yeah, all that. Yeah. Amazon, AliExpress, eBay. Location of your choice.
Yeah. Also, I guess, yeah, as... Stefan says, if you buy some of the assorted screw pots, they come in things like that. So it's kind of a case of you could get a collection of screws and have the tray.
Yeah, if you're starting from 0 and you don't have a screw collection and you want to kickstart your screw selection, that's also a good idea.
Kickstart your collection today. Issue 1, only $1.99.
Sai says I printed lids. Do those, do they clip on? Do they seal well? I'd be curious to see the file if you've got those. Because, yeah, a lot of things like these little screw trays and stuff like that, they can be annoyingly expensive. So just 3D print, it's the same as all the other parts trays we use, is people be like, surely it's costing you more to 3D print them. Surprisingly not in some cases. So,
because also, wouldn't that use like 2 pennies of filament?
Yeah.
And maybe 15p of electricity.
Yeah, and as I say, certainly when you're looking on places like Amazon, they are just annoyingly expensive. In some instances. Wow, that feels dreadful. This might need a bit of...
Is there tape on this?
Yes. Yes, there is still just original packaging tape around the outside as well.
I wasn't sure if the screen had been taped on.
No. Yeah, however... The double-sided tape around the LCD on these screens is definitely hard, is putting up a fight. This is one of those instances where a little bit of preheating with a hairdryer wouldn't be amiss. I'm getting by, but before laptop disposal, take its screws. Yeah, also if you're starting out, just every time you throw out a laptop, just strip all the screws out of it. That is also a good idea.
Yeah. What's the lowest temperature you can set on your hot air?
100 degrees.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, and also given the fact that it's not the actual volume of air isn't much, so if you're holding it at a distance, the temperature drop off is going to be enormous.
Oh yeah,
So,
no,
yeah.
it was more of a case of just, does it actually go quite low?
Yeah,
or is it fixed
yeah.
at 400 Celsius plus?
Yeah. That much being said, I've no idea what temperature the average hairdryer is.
No. Sorry, that wasn't my kind of comparison. It was more just a case of, I was just like, oh yeah, do they kind of only calibrate to like 300 Celsius?
Yeah, no, the
Because why
minimum
would you
is-
need lower than that to remove a component?
Yeah. Yeah, no, the minimum is pretty low.
Yeah. Violence.
I use my nails on those. I'm being pretty gentle at the moment because the screens are intact. I'm trying to preserve the LCD here. If this was a cracked LCD, I would be a lot rougher. I would have the metal prying tool under and I would just be going scrape. However, I'm actually trying to preserve LCDs here, so...
Oh yeah, how are your heebie-jeebies after scratching up that broken LCD?
Oh, my jimmies. My collywobbles. My conniptions. Ugh. Ooh.
Ooh.
In your opinion, is M3 screw pretty much the go-to, or are there other uses for M2 and stuff? I mean, M3 is desktop fine thread. You don't see M3 in laptops very often. M2 is pretty common for laptops. I mean, I equally use M2 2.5. I use a lot of M2 and M2.5 screws in laptops. So yeah, if you're collecting laptop spare screws, you basically want everything from M1 to M2.5. And then, yeah, M3 is basically desktop screw size.
What are the ones that go through the case? Are they M2.5? Most?
Probably, yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, the calipers to hand. I was going to say you could measure them, but yeah. Stevie says I give up. Bazite can get in the bin. So I have apparently Bazite is a load of bollocks. So recently, Jay's 2 Cents put out a video about his Linux gaming experience, and he's been running Bazite. And the comments section on that video was like, "Your problem is Bazite. You need to stop using Bazite." So yeah. Bazite is supposed to be a very, it's a locked down version of Linux, with the idea being it's difficult to break this because it's not all fully unlocked. But that also means that it's just out of date all the time. Oh god, I'm really savaging this LCD. I probably should have put a bit of heat on this one because it was putting up a fight, but it'll probably be okay. Linux, Mint, and Ubuntu for stuff. Yeah, Mint apparently is the go-to, and like Mint is the one that I want to try when I get around to doing my Linux challenge, because I do want to. Like, Caradog was just like no when the idea of Linux challenge was floated.
Yeah, I have
however,
a requirement for my computer to function.
fair enough. Fair enough. Yep. However, that was a thing I wanted to mention, actually. I'll get back to this in a sec. But yeah, I do actually want to try and do a Linux challenge. I'm not going to go cold turkey or anything. I'm going to just have a second drive. But yeah, Mint will be what I try for that. But yeah, I'm curious. When you were trying Linux and you were having problems with graphics drivers, was that on your system with the 9070 XT in it?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
with my 7900 XTX.
Oh, and it wasn't working with the 7900 XTX either. Oh, okay, fair. Because I was wondering if that was why you had problems. Is that because everyone was just like, oh, the AMD drivers are built into the kernel, but were the 9070 XT drivers built into the kernel? Was going to be my question. But if it didn't work with your 7900 XTX either, then well, rip.
If those drivers weren't built, and Jesus Christ, you're 4 years out of date.
Yeah,
What's the
yeah,
point?
yeah. Still don't know what happened to you, but
Yeah.
whatever. There's no point in litigating that. At any rate, though, yes.
but just like,
yeah.
no.
Fair
And
enough.
the fact that I can't just install a driver instantly means I'm not interested.
Yeah,
The
fair.
day that I can just run the terminal command as sudo to install the driver and it fucking installs will be the day I'll be happy to use it.
Yeah.
Because if I'm happy to use the terminal to install it, I think I'm reasonably advanced in the chain of desktop users of an OS. But it's just like, yeah, no. No.
All right.
However, my counterpoint to that is, if it comes pre-installed on the device, I'll absolutely use it.
Fair, yeah.
So, like, if I bought a AMD Strix Halo machine that shipped with Linux on it, I would use it. I wouldn't try and stick anything else on there. I would just use it because it's that closed ecosystem
Yeah.
thing. It's the same way as I run macOS on a Mac.
Yeah. Two guys who don't run Linux having a go. Yeah. Well, as I say,
Yeah, I would do that because it's kind of, I know that all of the major stumbling blocks must have been fixed for the product to come to market. Like, the 3D acceleration will function.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd recommend another computer on the side to try Linux for the first time so you can turn it on whenever you want, try and break things. Yeah. Well, what I would do is I would just have an extra, SSD in my system so I can just hit F12 on startup and select operating system. So yeah, I would just have a separate SSD. So that way, just if I can tinker in Linux, and then if I get to a position where something isn't working or I just need Windows back for a moment, I can just reboot the computer, hit F12, and select the Windows boot drive. That's how I would do it.
System 76.
Yeah,
I completely forgot about their existence.
I would absolutely not bother running a bootloader and going through all of the grub nonsense and things like that. I do not have time for that. And also, given how easy it is to just run a second SSD and just press F12 on boot, I don't understand why anyone dual boots with a bootloader.
Yes. I'm interested in
Helio Astra.
just because
Share screen and talk about this then.
My level of knowledge is 0, other than it exists.
Okay.
But I'm just like, yes, this is interesting. Hold on. That one. That one. Yes. So we're talking about the System 76 systems. Just someone mentioned it, and the fact that yes, they come obviously pre-installed. And it was just saying about the Helio Astra, because it's an ARM64 CPU as a bought, done, delivered workstation. And I'm just like, that's kind of cool. And yeah. Ampera.
So that says Ampera. Is that NVIDIA?
No.
Okay.
Ampera is a company.
Yeah.
And they make ARM64 CPUs.
Fair. Yeah. That's had it. See, this is why I didn't chuck out the other thing, because we had one good left hinge here.
Right hinge. Don't you want a right hinge?
Yes, I had a good right hinge. Now I have a single good left hinge. So now we have two sets of hinges from three laptops, and yeah. So yes. By not throwing out a good hinge, we now have completed a set of hinges again.
Yes. But yes, I like that this exists. I have no need for this, and I have no use for this.
$2,700.
Yeah, but it's also a workstation.
Yes, I was going to say, I'm sure.
And it comes with some sort of RTX Pro 6000 Blackwell GPU.
Yeah, I'm sure someone who does heavy compute and needs those kinds of specs will be like, that's a very good price or whatever.
It comes with 512 gigabytes of RAM.
Yeah. The annoying thing is, the default answer is someone who's doing AI stuff, but whatever, I guess.
Yeah. The maximum, like, non-GPU price Yeah, it's $7,000. That's with the Altera Max M12030 128 core.
Yeah.
And with the full 512 of RAM.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Just rolling back a little bit.
Cool.
Jason says, if you're gaming on Linux, Bazite is fine. I use it. It does get updated often. Well, according to Jay's 2 Cents' new video, Bazite is slow as balls, and you lose like 20 FPS in game. And all of the comments section was just like, you should not be taking that performance hit. There is a problem, and the problem is Bazite. If you ran any other distro, you would not be seeing that FPS hit. That's my source on saying that Bazite is bad.
What? Why is this a configuration? 9950X CPU, 96 gigabytes of RAM, 22 terabytes of storage, 5060 Ti. Huh?
CPU heavy workloads, I guess. But
what?
That's the interesting.
Then why would you have a 5060 Ti?
Because everything is on C. Oh, well, maybe you just need some graphics capability.
Then why wouldn't you use the 5060?
I don't know. I'm speculating
why wouldn't you use
here.
the inbuilt graphics in the CPU?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of why I'm like, what?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Greg M says for the MPU, maybe. Yeah.
Interesting. Still. Nice.
Whoop. Ba, 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 ba.
Because you already have a 5090.
Maybe. Here's a question. What kind of use cases are there for high-end CPUs in 2025? Because the reason why I say this is last week we
video editing.
Yeah, okay.
Audio editing.
Yeah, okay.
Photogrammetry.
All right, let's find something else to talk about then. Yeah, because
Bromax.
Okay. Because I was kind of thinking, because everything is GPU accelerated these days, but yeah, there's still a lot of just scrubbing and stuff like that, which is still done on CPU.
Because you're doing a GPU heavy task, it still requires a CPU to shuttle work into your GPU.
Yeah. That's something I noticed the other day when I was working in. I did my first animation in Blender the other day, and what I mean by that is I took my Blender house that I've been building. I took and I've got, like, in the bathroom of that Blender house, I've got a washing machine and a dryer, and I was like, let's just take the front bit and make it spin.
Oh, right, yeah.
And so basically I took an object, made it spin, applied a cycle on it so it would just continue to spin forever, kind of thing. So it didn't just have X many keyframes, it would just continuously spin. And then I exported a 10-second video of it spinning, kind of thing. Now, this is incredibly basic, but the symbolic bit is I learned where all of the buttons and levers are to make something move automatically in Blender and export a video of it. So not a sequence of images, not me screen recording the preview or anything like that, a Blender rendered video kind of thing. So that was the milestone for me. But while I was doing that, it was very interesting to look at where, while it was rendering, I was like, what's my hold up here? How can I make this render go faster? And it was very interesting to see that there wasn't so much as just my GPU banging onto 100% load. It was hammering the CPU back and forth between the CPU and the GPU, where again it was having to do a lot of shunting data back and forth rather than a continuous render kind of thing. So it was interesting to see what that workload looked like, and it's entirely possible that I could further optimize it to be quicker, but still it was interesting. So yes, I could believe that.
Yeah. Yes.
Is Blender a dating app? No.
No. It's an app that uses AI when you take photographs of your drinks cabinet to tell you what cocktails you can make.
Invest in Caradog's new up-and-coming AI venture. Ugh. Bang.
You, special listener, because you're here early, you too can get in on my pre-release of Caracoin.
I dread to ask, but is Caracoin real?
Why do you want some?
No, but
Are you sure?
yes, I'm sure that I do not want some. But I'm curious as to if it actually exists, because it would not surprise me if you're like, yeah, no, I have actually made it just because I wanted to learn about how coins worked.
No.
Okay. Please add to the list another lid. So we need another lid. We need 2 sets of hinges. And so far, all the LCDs are good. So yeah, 3 lids and 2 hinges so far.
And for special key supporters, you too can gain access to the private Discord. Where there are hundreds of supporters who are keen to talk to you.
I've watched too much CoffeeZilla to take this conversation seriously.
Am I hitting all the key talking points?
Right, this one apparently won't charge, so I guess we're going to have a quick investigation into that and just find out what this is. Oh, this one's a 3540. This one's different.
Should be a generation newer.
I guess, yeah. The screws were different, which is what made me go, ugh. Right, let's just quickly check if it has RAM and or a battery plugged in before I actually try and turn it on and see what it does.
Did you put...
Oh, that screw's knackered.
Did you put RAM in one of these laptops?
I have removed
take it back out?
Yeah, I have my
Excellent.
RAM module.
Shaving tips on the private Discord. Yes, it'll be the closest shave you've ever had.
Hi, Minitam. What are these laptops? These are laptops that I'm doing for a small business. What their IT guy brought in a stack of them and was like, these are all broken, please fix them. So we're currently just disassembling them and making a list of what parts need to be ordered. That one's got a broken screw on the case, but I think one broken screw is fine. It'll be okay.
It's a laptop.
What the hell's with this SSD? Can we have benchcam a sec? Why is it wonky by just 1 degree? Like, I get when sometimes they put stuff wonky because they couldn't fit it in or something, but why though? Okay, right. This has RAM and the battery is connected. I'm going to disconnect and I'm going to disconnect and reconnect the battery, and I'm going to disconnect and then reconnect the BIOS battery and just BIOS reset this.
Oh, it has its own... Oh.
Yeah, some of them do, some of them don't. Well, this one, these still have barrel jacks on them. It's like...
Yeah, but these didn't have a separate one, did they?
I don't recall now. Wasn't paying attention. Okay. What?
For only 1 Ethereum.
This is not financial advice.
For
AMD seem to be doing very well.
for financial advice, join the private Discord for a small donation of Caracoin. I mean, they did very well for me, yes, thank you.
right. Okay, right. The charge LED is giving me a disco dance. Is this trying to turn on? Yes, we have a sign of life LED. And so that charge light is going white. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What? Can you count those flashes? It's a really quick flash.
What is this, a 3520?
Yeah. Or just do Dell 1 white 3, 1 white 4 orange or something like that. Yeah, usually you don't need to specify the model number. Usually there's a Dell support page that actually has the flash code listings.
Good.
There. Right, this is still sitting on just caps lock. I wonder if this is not so much
the issue may be the battery, CPU, microchips, or memory.
Thanks. The issue might be that the motherboard's fucked. Yeah.
Dead coin cell?
It could be. Dells do sulk if the BIOS battery is flat. Let's check that while we're waiting for it to maybe do something or not. We got oh, we have no V-core. It's not yet, like the CPU's cold, which is not a good sign. I have a suspicion this isn't it's not so much I think they're calling this a won't charge, but this is actually a no post.
3 amber, 1 white CMOS battery failure. Replace the CMOS battery.
Okay. Let's see what we get. Yep.
3 amber, 2 white is video subsystem failure.
Yeah, we've got it's at least 4 flashes, I thought. But yeah. The BIOS cell is at 3.03, which is definitely on the low side for a Dell, but I'm surprised
5 blinks, RTC clock failure, replace CMOS battery.
Okay, I'll get a new BIOS battery.
Flashing orange, battery critically low.
Yeah, I'll get a new BIOS battery for it. That
apparently,
yeah.
According to these results,
the battery. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Apparently, it's the CMOS.
I don't know, guys. What do you think? Chat, help me out. Right, is that the... it's the bastard small connector. I bought a whole bunch of these with the big connectors on, and now I need a small connector. I might have to butcher a wire in there.
What happens if there's no battery?
It won't work.
Why not?
Because it will be held in a reset state.
I see.
I think. Well, Dell's sulk if there's no BIOS battery is the important thing.
I see.
Right, there's a black one there. Has that got the small connector on it? Yeah, that's why I saved that. Right, what voltage are you? Because this one is used.
.5 volts.
Going to come up as negative because I've got the probes the wrong way around. Oh, 3.2. Oh, that's fine. It might drop when I put a load on it, but even if that drops to 3.1, that should be enough to get a successful post. If it doesn't work with this battery, then the battery isn't the problem. Oh, it's got the wrong hecking connector on it as well. I hate everything. I'm going to have to butcher a connector on...
And by butcher you mean solder 2 wires?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So why wouldn't you just cut the wire there and then cut the wire there?
That's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
It's just Blair. Put you over there. Right.
Now, before you start, cut the correct cables.
That's why I'm looking now.
Get rid of the other batteries, throw them far away.
Alright, let me get a soldering iron. Oh, I've only got my big boy. Oh wait, no I don't. There we go. There's my pencil.
Why did laptops do away with just generic button cell batteries? I think partially because the thickness of the motherboard plus the coin cell holder is too much for how thin they want to make the laptop.
Yeah, it is just fitment, basically. There's just no space.
Could you cut a hole in the board and insert the battery into a hole in the board instead?
Yeah, I could probably do that. That would have been an option. That, and what else did I come over here for?
Power bank?
Solder. Oh, cutters.
Soldering iron, side cutters.
Yep.
Cuddly
side
toy.
cutters.
Washing machine.
Washing machines live longer with Calgon.
Tell me you don't have ADHD.
Undiagnosed. I probably do, though. If it barks like a dog, you know.
Look me in the eyes. Oh, you're doing this the opposite way round.
What do you mean the opposite way around? I'm going to snip off this connector and put it onto this battery.
Yeah, but I would have cut these wires here.
I'm giving myself maximum possible wire length just in case I heck it up.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. I always give myself more wire length than I think, because you can always bury wire length. Imagine having actual wire strippers. Okay, that's ready. It's probably not even the BIOS battery. That's the annoying thing about this.
Would you like me to read the diagnostic results again?
I don't know. Just like the battery's at 302. If it was less than 3, but then 302 is like. Yeah, it's borderline, man. But
all I can say...
Dells are fussy, though. Dells are fussy.
All I can say is the 3 different results all said replace the CMOS battery.
Yeah, all right.
I unfortunately can only go with the information I have been provided.
Yeah. Yeah. Message received. Where's shrinking tube? I don't have any. So I'm going to wrap it in some tape once I'm done. Shrinking tube would be nice though, yes.
Did you replace your dodgy USB cable?
Pass. I can't remember which one it was. Alright. Let's tin the wires. I'm vaguely on shot, it's good enough.
You're even in focus.
There's a fly banging around on the light panels in here, which is why Caradox is like... Okay. just get some tape on those to stop them from touching. There it is.
By the power of masking tape.
Actually, it's fake Captain tape.
Ah yes, this is my dew point.
See, everyone told me to throw this roll of Captain tape out, but it's still providing usefulness.
Sure. And now we just tape these two together. Oh no! Did you get a replacement roll of good stuff though?
I did, yeah. I've had good stuff for a while now. I just kept the old stuff for just when I need to just tape things up, so I don't use my nice stuff for it. Implying the nice stuff was really expensive. It wasn't. There we go. You know you've Sorened this? I don't think that's a Soren job. I reject that. Soren would have hot glued the wires together. Or he just would have twisted and taped.
Hey, at least you...
Like, that's actually soldered and... That's soldered and protected. I don't think that's a Soren job. Okay. This is the point where, and I've done this before legitimately, I realised that I've chopped off the connector and then soldered the same connector back on. I was livid. I was furious.
That's incredible. Oh boy.
Because I went to plug it in and it didn't fit, and I'm like, how does it still not fit?
What, like now where it doesn't fit?
I've got it upside down. There we go. All right. Fresh battery. Let's see if it works now. Right. I'm gonna start it with the battery disconnected first, just so we can see if the laptop actually just starts. Right, we have a sign of life. Oh, just... That'll do. Ooh. Here's the... Oh, we're probably gonna get some flash codes from the charge light because the battery is disconnected. But we just want to wait and see if we get a different flash code. Oh, there's no RAM in there. Yep. Thank you, Lead Farmer. There is RAM in there. God damn it. Why did I listen to you? Alright, trying again. Take RAM out. It's too early for that. Let's just see if it works first. One thing at a time. We'll try taking memory out and stuff if it still doesn't work. But yeah, one thing at a time.
There is no power light.
Yeah, the fact that it's not giving us any flash codes is... Oh, that much being said, though, we have disconnected the battery as well, so we have actually changed two things. I might just plug the battery in.
What happens if you push the power button?
Nothing. I'm going to plug the battery back in.
There is no light. Okay.
Yeah, because I want to see the charge light do something, just so we can see if we're getting something else. Let's get rid of this
envelope.
Yeah, with a grotty battery taped to it. There you go. Hinges a shot on this one. This is going to need a new bottom case, this one.
Ah, the light is on.
Okay.
The light is off.
Yeah, I was going to say it will take a couple of moments before it actually gives a code, if it's going to, but
now it's just off.
Okay, well let's wait a moment. No type of meter for amps charge, not to hand. I don't know if I have a solution for that for Dell, because I don't think my DC cables will do one wire. So the sense pin, basically. So even if I did plug one in, I don't know if we'd get a valid reading, because their laptop will sulk because not real charger. So yeah, parts people make one. Okay, interesting. I might have a look into that, because that would be very helpful, because Dell is the last laptop brand where I don't have a DC cable available for it. So yeah. Still not doing anything?
No, there is no light.
Yeah. Holding down power button to try and turn it off. No, it doesn't look like it wants to turn off either. I think the BIOS is scrambled. Maybe. Because the behavior has changed after changing the battery. It is running on the battery, because I've just unplugged the charger and it's still on. CPU is still cold, so it's not trying. I'm going to double check that I've wired the BIOS battery the correct way around. Yeah, I have. I wouldn't have been sure how I could not wire it the correct way around, but yeah, okay, let's try swapping RAM. Put in the known good. Yeah, this bottom case is broken there, so this will need a new chassis, this one. On the plus side, the display assembly itself looks good. So if we can get it to run, it is an economical repair. What did I leave the battery disconnected? Yeah, that's fine. Oop. Time to put the display assembly on one with the not broken bottom half. The annoying thing is this one's different to the rest. The one laptop with a good display assembly and a knackered motherboard is a different model to the rest of the ones we've been working on. So, yeah.
Yeah, and the light's still not on.
Yeah. What's this stream timer on? 2 hours. Okay.
This is a 3540?
3520. Oh, wait, no. The other ones were 3520s, weren't they? Whoop. Yes, you're right. 3540. Ugh. Press on the EC. You think? I mean, it's powering on. Because we've got sign of life. Surely it wouldn't be like. Surely we wouldn't be getting that if it had EC issues. This feels like a BIOS issue to me. EC is on the back of the motherboard, so we can't do anything with that anyway. Right, decision time. Do we carry on tinkering with this one, or do we put it to one side and move on?
Move on.
Kind of tempted to just go for a quick, like, grab a BIOS from Bad Caps and try that, and if that doesn't work, then move on.
Yeah, sure.
No RAM, give blink code. No, we've got no blink codes, nothing. Plug in HDMI. No, it's definitely not outputting. The CPU is cold. If we had heat from the CPU, then I might be thinking bad screen or something like that, but the CPU is stone cold. It's not initializing. Rabbit hole. Let's see if we can find a BIOS for it. I'm just going to quickly just smash a rando BIOS from Bad Caps on it. See if we get lucky. Can we find out what motherboard this is? It's on the other side of the board. I'm gonna speed disassemble this. Here we go.
I'm going to speed disassemble this. Fingers on the board.
Oh, please no.
It is now disassembled. Need a montage.
Montage. I've lost my ability to do that falsetto voice.
Training.
Yeah.
Need more voice training for your VR.
Need to do more of my 3 voices on stream. Montage. They reused that song in a South Park episode and in Team America.
Well then.
Even Rocky had a montage. Bow, bow. Good, these screws are coming out even though they're knackered. Oh, these screwdrivers aren't magnetic. Right, Lead Farmer is posting things. LA A491P. Okay, I'll get the board out and just confirm that's what it is first. And if that's the case, then I would say, can you quickly chuck that in the Discord for me, please? So, yeah. Normally I'd be like, oh, we're going to look up and find this BIOS ourselves and stuff like that. But I don't super care because that's not what this stream is supposed to be about. But if I can get just a quick, cheap win by shoving a rando BIOS onto this, then I'll take that. Posted it in the tech. Cool. Huh. Oh. I seem to have gotten myself into a pickle.
Why did you take your clothes off, Onion Man?
He took off his armor. No one said he was naked.
I see no clothes under that armor.
Have you been looking? Alright. Quake L14. I see. That's not compelling as a board number. Where is the board number on this? I mean, it might be under... I don't think it's under the heatsink. I might take a stab in the dark. Doesn't show if it's clean or not. Yeah, we need to find one that's been cleaned. Normally under the heat pipe. Okay, let's pop the heat pipe off then. Okay.
How do you clean them? Do you just delete bits?
Cleaning ME is... You have to download the correct ME for that particular motherboard and stuff. It's complicated. I have done it once before. I need to sit down and learn how to do it properly again because there are no good videos that I'm aware of on cleaning ME. If anyone knows any actually good tutorial videos for cleaning ME, let me know. As far as I know, they don't exist. And I want to make one at some point. Yeah, no, I can't find a board number on this. That's wacky. Unless it is just this Quake L14 number. I'm going to quickly do some Googling. Can you bring up a search for me? Thank you. Okay, could you search for, let's start with Dell 213247. Start with that. Okay, that sounds promising. Yeah, just add BIOS to the end of that. And okay, we're getting there. 213247-1. Yeah, I think that's our board number. 213247-1. That's the board number, I think. So yeah. Yeah, I would expect an LA number as well. However, yeah, Pianov also confirms this isn't a compal board. So yeah, we've got a 213247-1. That is the board number, to my knowledge. However, I'm not seeing any bad caps results there. I'm going to scroll down a little bit. There we go, there's bad caps. Oh, that's a reset password. But let's see if they've got a clean BIOS there. You never know. Oh, fine, I'll continue with recommended settings. Okay, there's an unlocked BIOS here. Yeah. I might just quickly throw this one on and see if it posts. Like, we can clean it later. I just want to see if this is a BIOS issue. And if it is, then we can do it properly later.
What would you need to do?
Clean the ME region. Because these people have... So this is a BIOS. We've got a BIOS dump for this motherboard. And someone has uploaded a BIOS dump that is password protected. Other folks have cleared the password, but they probably haven't cleaned the ME. And the ME is device, like unique device specific. It will probably work, but there might be wacky problems with it.
But it doesn't matter if you're flashing it back on the same device. So if
Exactly.
you take it off of that device, modify it, and then flash it back onto that device, it doesn't matter.
Correct. However, we don't have that guy's laptop.
Yeah.
We've got a different one. Right, is this actually the correct one as well, though? This is a 3440. Oh, we had a 3540. What's that BIOS number? 213247-1. Yeah, it's the same board. It's fine. So, yeah. I'm going to take a stab at that.
Is it New Vuitton?
The EC is, and I don't know, I think that's our E. Are we still on Benchcam? Yes, we are. I think that's the EC, and it's a Micronics. Is that our EC? I think it is, and it's a Micronics. Screen cap in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Yeah. Okay, right. Caradog, could you quickly download that attachment from Badcaps? If it asks you to log in, there should be a login in the LastPass. Microchip, yeah, sorry.
What, the old, new, unlocked? Because we don't want the one with the password on it, I presume.
Yeah, that looks like a good start. Let's take a stab at that. Right.
Old new.zip has been downloaded.
Outstanding. Cool. Right. And could you put that on that flash drive for me, please? And I'm just going to quickly flash it as is, Lead Farmer, because it'll probably post, or at the very least, if it does something different, we know we're onto something. Because otherwise we're going to be sitting around... otherwise we... Unless... I mean, I guess we could start taking apart another one while you clear the ME on it. How critical is it that we clear the ME? Like, real talk. I know you're supposed to, but in terms of just checking if the board is alive, if this is a BIOS issue or not. Because my inclination is just to full send with a dirty BIOS just to see if it starts, basically. It would take you 15 minutes. Okay, sod it. All right, hold on. Let me just wing this over to you. Because also, like, if we're going to redo the BIOS, then I need to move the camera. Stand by. Do.
Yeah, do you not need to dump this and give him this dump?
I don't think so. Do you need that, Lead Farmer? Do you need a dump of the donor laptop?
Because why do you need to send him a file he can just download from the website?
Because we've already downloaded it and it saves him searching for it. I understand what you're saying. However, by the time unless he's already found it.
Your original is better.
Your original is better. Okay. So we're assuming that the ME is scrambled. Yeah, okay. Okay, right. Okay, could you put us to face cam for a sec? Because I'm going to move this camera. Whoop.
Hello.
EC issues won't even power on. Yeah, see, it powers on. That's why I don't think it's the EC. Herp. Oh, unplug. Oh. Problems. We've got to do the whole shebang. Oh, it's terrible and awful. Yeah, okay.
What?
I know what I'm talking about, don't worry.
Good.
Right, we need that. Then in that case, we need this plugged into the capture card. Where's our in? I can never remember which is which. HDMI out. HDMI in. Bye now. Okay, right, stand by, folks. Just moving things around because I need the other bench. Plug that in.
Can you use your good programmer?
Maybe. Does it matter?
Well, it's faster, isn't it?
Probably. Certainly try it, yeah. Yeah. Look. Listen, alright? Listen. Look.
I am, in fact, doing both.
I'm recombobulating over here.
Okay. Can I offer you a whisper in this trying time?
A whisper?
Yeah.
Like a chocolate bar?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. What is that? What has this stream suddenly become? Okay. Right. Scene selection 1080p. Bench cam. Hold on, folks, and you will have vision of people. Thanks. Why aren't you working? There we go. Right. And I need... let's see. Projector. goes over there. And could you do capture, please?
You need to move it. You've only tiled it in the middle.
Well, I can't see. That's why I asked for capture. Okay, right. Where's my mouse? It's there. It's there. Okay. Hup. There we go. Okay. Right. And why are we upside down? Give me that. Why have you not flipped? You should have auto-flipped. Fine, I will do it myself. Whoop. There we go. Lights.
I have fixed... Oh, wait.
No, I flipped it. It was wrong on my end. We're going to get into a war over here. There we go. Right, that'll do. And also, if I change that to that, just try that. Okay. Right. BIOS chip is there. Right. Lead Farmer, do you have the BIOS? Have you found it? Are you working? Are you doing the thing? Let me know, just so I know if I need to send you something. Okay, I'm going to quickly zap this off the board then, and we'll get... Oh, no, you need the dump, don't you? Yep, okay, fair. Right.
Yes. That's why all of this is occurring.
Yes, I forgot. Oh, I tell you what I can try out as well. I've got my fancy new WSON 8 socket. So I don't have to solder this to a breakout board.
Your WSonic adapter.
Yeah. As a special treat, it might even work. We'll find out.
Have you tested it yet?
Nope. This is the first time I've used it. Aha! So... flip that out. I flip that out. There we go. And where does pin 1 go? Hang on a sec. I need to stare at this intently and figure out where the hell pin 1 is. I think pin 1 is there. I'm putting the pin 1 in the top right as we look at it, because I think that pin 1 goes to pin 1 there. That's how I'm interpreting this anyway.
But also it doesn't matter, does it? Because either it will work or it won't, so you just rotate the entire adapter.
I guess. Right, and I'm going to quickly just screen cap that, just so I can see what chip model I'm looking for. Oh, I'm going to hold it still and then screen cap. There we go. And close. Huzzah! Cool. Right. I'm going to use the CH341A because it's in front of me and I know it works right now and I'm live. So, I also need to know what voltage this is. It's going to be a 1.8 volt, I'm going to guess. I'm certainly not going to overvolt it if it's 1.8. Okay, Neo Programmer.
Arnold says 3.3.
Really? Okay. If I blow it up, it's your fault.
Why don't it just, write faster?
My dad once unironically said, if I set the oven to a higher temperature, it will cook faster. And I'm like, yeah, but don't do that, right, hold on, I'm just setting up. Right, ROM dumps. Can I do display desktop capture from here?
For maximum programming speed, program at 240 volt.
Top kek. Alright, detect. Nothing. Found 0 chips. Okay. Not promising. I'm going to try flipping it. Nope. That very much upset the programmer. I'm going to wiggle it and try again.
Wiggle, wiggle.
Found 0 chips. Okay. Does it even know what chip we have here? I'm going to quickly search. 25RH256. 25RH256. Yes, it does know it. And yeah, apparently it's a 3.3 volt chip. Alright then. Going to try and read. Apparently that's working. It didn't detect it, but apparently it's getting a read. Yeah, okay. It says it's working. It's never a good sign if it doesn't auto-detect the chip, but I manually selected it and it seems to be working. The SPI ID is not on the list. I see. So what is the SPI ID then? Whoops. I leaned against the table controls. Yeah. Cool. Alright, so we're going to grab this. It show up when you detect it JDEC. Okay, this doesn't tell me anything at all, but okay. How do you call that socket? Can't find it on Ali. WSON8. That's WSON8. WSON8. It's what I would call the new style BIOS chip. Whereas the old style ones are SOP8 SOP. Yeah. Yeah, I think QFN8, 8x6, I think that's the official name of it, but WSON8 seems to get the result you're looking for. How are you always using the cheapest flasher? Do others not work? So a classy flasher costs like £100, and a CH341A costs 15 quid, and works. It's a little bit slow, but it works. And I'm like, I'm not willing to spend £100 to save 5 minutes. If I was flashing chips all day, every day, then maybe. But yeah. The other thing as well is that I like using cheap tools because it shows other people that you don't have to spend hundreds of pounds on equipment to be able to do this. Like, it's all well and good showing off really expensive tools, and I've got some expensive tools that I show off now and then. However, also, this is one of the reasons why I used like my old multimeter, the VC99. I used that for years, and everyone's like, what a cheap multimeter. I'm like, yeah, that's the point. It shows that I can do all of this with a cheap multimeter. You don't have to buy the expensive tools for this to work. The expensive tools might make your life easier. They might make it faster. But you can do it with cheap tools. That's kind of the point. You like the RT809? Yeah, I've got an RT809F. I've just not had a lot of luck with it the past couple of times I've used it. Also, I really like the CH341A green because it has a voltage selector switch on it. And the RT809 doesn't. So, yeah. It's not a QFN because it's not quad flat. Yeah, that's true. It could be DFN. Yeah, fair enough. In that case, I'm going to carry on calling it WSON8. because WSON 8 definitely seems to be correct. Right, we're almost there on the read. Are you trying to offset so we can see the end of the progress bar?
So we can actually see the progress bar, yeah. See?
The RCA29F software is auto-removed by Defender. That's a pain. TL866 is cheap too. What define cheap? How much is a TL866 these days? Because yeah, apparently TL866-2, yeah, that's the one that I've always heard is the weapon of choice. Or yeah, I think there's a newer version of it.
Go, Schnell,
going. All right. Okay, right. Save. Right. What did we say this motherboard was again? It was a. Right. I'm going to call this a Dell 213247-1. Dump.bin. Saved. Okay. Right. Message. Lead farmer. Upload file.
The version 11.2 of the T8662 Plus is £40 off of AliExpress.
Oh, not bad. Yeah,
possibly.
40 quid. That's very reasonable. God damn, this BIOS is 32 megabytes.
Yes. It's 256-bit.
Yeah. I always have issues converting my numbers. However, it's just like, why does this laptop have a 32 megabyte BIOS? What the hell are they storing in this thing? All right, Lead Farmer, you've got mail. Do the thing.
It looks like you want a T48 or T56 as the modern replacement.
How much is the newest one then?
Dunno.
Oh yeah, the T56. I recognise that picture. Auto detect for 24 and 25 series works great. Native 1.8 volt pin contact detection. Yeah, pin contact detection is really nice. Yeah, the RTA29F has pin contact detection, which is really good for telling you when you need to wiggle the chip or it doesn't recognise the chip, kind of thing.
Why is this so slow? Actually load.
It's because it's a Chinese website.
Yes.
Yeah. Girls in your town for the night. Verified maidens. Will they flash my BIOS for me?
Search pretty womans in your city for night.
Will you RMA that Corsair RAM stick from the last video? Lifetime warranty. It's an 8GB module that's worth about 5 quid, so no.
It's actually worth like 15.
No.
40 quid. Choice delivery. And look at all the bits it comes with. Comes with 42 adapters.
That's a lot of adapters, yeah.
Yeah, there you go, for £85.
Alright.
It even comes with a clip! There you go, add to cart. I'm not being passive aggressive, you're being passive aggressive.
Right. Okay, Lead Farmer's doing the thing. I'm going to sit and eat my Whisper bar and carry on drinking cider for a short amount of time.
How much is an XGoo T56 then?
Also share screen if you're not already.
Also, why does your
the people
keyboard
what
just
we're looking
randomly not work?
It sounds like the batteries are low in the keyboard or something. Although that keyboard's not that old. It can't have flat back. Yeah, I only bought that keyboard the other week. Although it has got just the cheap batteries that come with. So yeah, maybe it has just got low batteries.
Choose between £22.60 and £316.
Okay.
What? Oh, that's only the adapters. And then that's also only adapters. Lies! But yeah. Yeah, it looks like the T56 is
the T56 megabucks?
It looks like it's 200.
Yeah,
and
no.
30-ish.
Yeah. Oh, Lead Farmer says check Discord PM.
Apparently, there's also a T76, which is USB 3.
Right, Lead Farmer sent me a virus, so let's see how that works out. Right, we're going to try a rando BIOS in the meantime. It sounds like the BIOS... It sounds like the dump that I've sent might be mega fecked, so we've got a different one, and we're going to try that. I'm going to unzip this off screen because reasons.
So the T56 is apparently significantly improved overall performance. Sorry, the T76. And is also cheaper, so I don't understand how that works.
Okay. God, it's never... This is the other reason why I like the CH341A. Because it's the cheapest on the market, it's got loads of support. Everyone's making software for it and updating the software because it's the cheap programmer everyone buys. Whereas these expensive ones, they keep getting replaced. And then do the old ones still have updates? I don't know. Maybe they do, you know. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. If I've got a rando BIOS, so I'm just going to open that.
Right. Now, hold on. Capture.
Yeah. So I'm going to open this rando BIOS that I've downloaded here, that Lead Farmer sourced, and I'm going to write it to the chip. We have a dump file, so if we completely bricked this, then we can restore it to how it was.
Excellent.
So,
are you going to
goes.
left align that window? Or am I going to drag the capture around?
Oh, okay. I'll left align it. Oh, this is lined up perfectly for... It's fine. I'll move it.
Good.
It's lined up for when I'm recording videos for YouTube. That's why it's specifically in that orientation.
Okay.
What are you doing now? Are you just going to hyper zoom in on the progress bar slowly?
Apparently.
For this series, it's the same software. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah. That's handy.
Okay, so which is the cheapest out of this series then?
So based off of a quick look, the 48 is the cheapest.
Yeah.
Because in theory you can get a T48 with literally every adapter
adapters
under the sun.
I'd probably buy it without adapters, to be honest, because most of those adapters are going to be ones that I will never ever use or already have.
Yeah, but just the T48 on its own is 140. Sorry, is £42. The T76, which is the newest one, apparently is 118.
Back to school. The hell kind of school are you going to which needs a T76?
Yeah.
40. Okay, I might pick up a T48 for 40 quid then.
Yeah.
That feels like a cheap buy to me.
Yeah. I mean, Peernoff says there are many CH341A software because most of them are crap and barely maintained.
Yeah, that's not a good... Yeah, that's a very legitimate point.
It's also a case of, to me, buying the newest, fastest, currentest, supportest version for only 120 quid doesn't seem like it's a problem.
If I'm gonna spend money on a new programmer, I may as well buy the fancy one. If I'm going to cheap out, I may as well stay cheap and use the CH341A. So, yeah, okay, point taken. Yeah. Maybe I do buy the fancy one then, yeah.
Oh, there we go. Saves 30p.
Yeah.
New shoppers save 38p. Bow, 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 bow.
Yeah.
But yes. But it's also the case of, I would imagine that, at least based off of the fact that the company that does this has made 4 generations of programmer.
Yeah, they're committed to it. Yeah.
At the worst that's going to happen is you have to buy a new programmer in a couple of years.
Yeah.
But there will have still been a new programmer with everything supported.
Yeah. Also, like, if I buy a T76 and I program it, and instead of the progress bar taking 5 minutes to do a 30 megabyte chip, it goes, "Wah, done." I'm going to be like, you know what? That was worth £100.
Especially if you do that once a month.
That's but well, I do a reasonable amount of BIOS programming these days for various reasons.
Even if you do it once a month.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which was the one you had that could also do monitors over HDMI?
That's the RT809F. Yeah. As I say, just the software for that just seems to be really sketchy. So yeah. Yeah, the RT809F is great when it works. It's just I have a higher success rate with the CH341A.
Yeah. Is the like the internals of the programmer? Are there different companies making like the actual internals?
Pretty much, because a CH341A is a very basic serial USB to serial interface chip. So the actual program is called the CH341A, but that's actually just the name of the USB to serial chip it's using. So the programmer itself is technically just unnamed. It's just called CH341A. But like CH341A, that's a USB serial chip that you will find in dozens of small niche devices that require it. So yeah. I've no idea what kind of serial chips these other programmers are using. Probably just better ones that are faster.
Yeah. Because the mention from here was something about it being, hundreds of megahertz compared to the CH134A being 1.7, I think it was. So even assuming that the scaling is only half the megahertz scaling, you're still going up by 200 times in speed.
And I have to admit, now, like, when I first started doing a couple BIOS programming, we were still on like 8 and 16 megabyte chips, whereas now 32 meg chips are common, and it gets real boring sitting around waiting for this progress bar.
Yeah.
I have to admit, maybe I should just buy the good programmer. Like, I've kind of 180'd through the course of this conversation, because we went into this conversation with me being like, I don't want to spend £100 on a programmer. However, now I'm like, maybe I'll spend £100 on a programmer.
Yeah.
Especially because, like, I will still say to people, if you don't want to spend £100 on a programmer, you can buy one of these for £20. You know, if you don't want to commit. £100 for a programmer is not much at all. Yeah, but £20 is even less. You know. I'm not saying it's bad value for money, but when you can get something that's like a fifth the price and still does the job, you know, that's the thing. Is the CH341A? Yeah, it's slow, but it works. That's why I keep using it. But also, holy crap, it's slow. So yeah, I will concede that.
So in the time it takes to disassemble that laptop, will it have flashed 70%?
I was kind of... I should have started working on another laptop, but also I'm on break. Also, what's the stream timer on now? Because I have a suspicion...
3 hours.
No, it's not. It's 2:40. 250. Okay, we were halfway. Yeah, we don't have time to start another laptop now. We're going death or glory on this. We're going death or glory. Everyone place your bets. Is the BIOS flash going to work? Yeah, that's the other reason why I stopped using my RT809F for ages, is I lost my 1.8 volt adapter. I've got another one now, but yeah. Alright. I've got... Nope. Yes. Both. Yes. No. Okay, it's 3 no's and 2 yeses is my interpretation so far. Where's the poll? You're a moderator, Si. You do it. Earn your keep. I say, not paying you anything. Oh yeah, there's also the EasyP, yeah. I do have an EasyP as well. I have no idea where my old EasyP is. However, I have not tried that in a hot minute. Maybe there's newer software for it, but yeah. I don't know if the EasyP is any faster than a CH341. It will show that it's BIOS related, but it won't fully work.
Ah, there we go.
Will it blend? I mean, will it work? This is audience engagement, folks. It's a little bit faster. There.
What's a little bit faster?
The EasyP programmer.
Oh, then your CH, what's it?
Yeah. I think I had an EasyP 2019 was the first programmer I had. That was the one that I was using when I was messing around with that Gigabyte B450 Aorus board. Yes. Which is when I first started experimenting with BIOS programming. See, normally at this point I'd be just working on another computer, but yeah, I'm not going to lie, now we're just sitting here waiting for it. This programmer is bull.
Maybe, possibly.
Order the damn thing. Put it in the basket. Put it buy the T76. Let's do it. Let's buy the fancy programmer. God damn it. No adapters though. I don't need the adapters.
Would you like to play with Klarna?
Pay with Klarna? No.
Over 3 easy installments.
Ugh. Only 1000% APR.
Actually, it's interest free.
I see.
As long as you actually pay them. You know, as long as you actually do your paperwork.
Can you just choose to not pay them?
No.
Oh.
Is this correct?
Yeah, you're not on screen capture, are you?
No.
Good. Yeah, cool.
I'm on that screen capture.
Just checking. Just checking. Because I'm like, yeah, that's most of my credit card number right there, I think. Anyway. Yeah, that looks fine.
Pay now.
Payment successful. Huzzah!
Do you know what you can do?
Get by programmer's socks.
When this arrives, you can then take it out the box, record a video on it, and put an affiliate link in the description.
Content. I could, and I will, because I will record a video and I'll show how much faster it is. So
you can also buy ballet dancer socks.
It's true.
Or a genuine leather.
I love genuine leather. I don't actually care, but whatever. AJ says it's visible for us. Is in the stream PC, whatever. All right, we're nearly there. Cowdog starts slowly zooming in on the end of the progress bar. It's the end of the stream, folks. What else are we going to do right now? There's got to be a more efficient way of doing this. Oh, it's done! Alright.
Success. Execution time, 6 minutes 33.
That did not feel like 6 minutes 33. That felt like 10 minutes at best. Cool. It's done. Right, I will now go to bench cam.
Did it.
Yeah, that seems to be a roaring success, that WSON 8 adapter. What's it actually labelled as there? Oh, it says QFN8 there, yeah. 8x6, but search WSON, it'll come up, whatever. Okay, right. Where does this go? It goes there. What way around does it go? Pin 1 goes in the bottom left. I'm going to reflow the solder on that just for good measure. Because there's nothing worse than not getting good solder joins and then going, is it me or is it the solder? Can we focus, please? Alright, that's probably better. I've got my J-tip.
Took 13 minutes. I presume it only took 6 minutes to do the final step.
Yeah, it must have been 6 minutes for the verify, yeah.
How much was the adapter? Was it more than £1?
I can't remember. If you check through my AliExpress orders, it'll be there. They're not like £1, but they have come down in price a lot. It took me so long to buy one because for ages they were extraordinarily expensive for what they were. However, at some point, Lead Farmer linked to one and was just like, adapter. And I was like, oh wow, those are actually the kind of price that I would be willing to pay for one now.
£13.
Yeah, so like 13 quid for that adapter, I think that's a lot of money. Like 13 quid for this, I think that's 13 quid for that. I think that's a lot of money. However, it's extremely useful, and previously I would expect to pay like £60 for one of these, which is why it's taken me this long to get one. However, 13 quid, I think that's a reasonable price. Oh, yeah, that's fine. I don't need flux. Flux is for wusses.
QFN8, WSON8, MFL8, MLP8, DFN8 to DIP8.
Yes. Just going to touch those joins with the iron. Definitely should have used flux, but I think it'll work. Okay, right. If you want to go back to face cam, I'm going to drag the camera back across again. Actually, don't. I'll just bring the laptop over here at this point. Whoops. Right, time to ruin our day and watch it not work. We need... Is that cooled down? Not yet. Heatsink. Heatsink.
RAM.
Yeah, I'll chuck that on in a sec. My screwdrivers are everywhere over here. For any folks who are just like, oh, thermal paste, I will redo the thermal paste if this works. Not going to bother cleaning it up and redoing the thermal paste when we don't even know if the board works, though. Are you cold enough yet? Yeah. That's touch cool now.
I'm changing my vote to no. Oh dear.
Who is?
William is changing their vote to no.
William.
Minitam has also changed their vote to not working 50 times.
I can't believe you're all doing this to me. I thought you believed in me. It's still good. Right, we'll add a cooling fan. Is the locking bar gone on that? There it is. Cool, cool. Gimme that.
The poll's still getting action.
What's the percentage?
Guess.
I think 60% say yes.
It now has 60% saying yes.
Skills. Can I have the display assembly, please? Is it that top one? Yeah, it must be, because it's the only one that's not in bits. Thank you. Alright. All of you naysayers, all of you doubters.
Out of 75 votes, 60% say yes, it will work.
All of you hecklers. It's probably not going to work, but you know.
It's okay. With a small gambling extension and a donation to Caracoin.
Okay, right. Just arranging. And put this behind the screen to hold the screen up.
It will no longer fail to not work.
Right, sign of life. The numlock light hasn't come on. That's different behaviour. Okay, I think it power cycled. Caps lock has gone out. Comes back on again. I don't think it was power cycling before, so it has reacted, which doesn't mean it's going to work. We have fan spin. It's alive. It's doing something.
It's working!
It's working! Episode 1 memes. I think it's going to post. Fan is ramping up to maximum. It doesn't sound happy. But also it's got like no thermal paste, so whatever.
It's taking off.
Yeah, okay, it cut out. It's come back on again. At full fan speed.
It is now booting macOS.
It is now booting Arch Linux. No!
I don't have the socks for this.
Power cycles again.
Did you put any RAM in it?
Yes. However, the battery might be flat. I don't know. Okay, it's turned off and it's stayed off. I'm going to grab the charger because I've no idea if the battery even has charge. I was kind of hoping the battery might give us just enough to get a post. Or to see that it was doing exactly the same thing, but...
Hello. Welcome.
Oh. I didn't put the DC jack back in.
Have a DC
you.
jack.
Okay.
The original issue might just be that it was flat.
No, it definitely wasn't that. Right, unplug the battery.
Air gap charging.
Right, how did I get this open before I did that? Okay. Right, here we go again.
Is it now jacked?
It's hench. Okay, charger in.
What are the lights on the side doing?
Right, we have... So I've got the battery unplugged at the moment. I'll plug the battery in just so we can... Because if it gives us a charge light, that gives us more information.
Wireless charging via the desk mat.
Yeah, the fact that there's heat in the CPU, that's a very good sign in my opinion. Because previously...
The CPU has seen 12 volts.
Previously, the CPU was stone cold, so like it wasn't even trying to turn on, you know. All right. We don't have a charge light still. Power button. Oh, it seems stone dead now. It's not doing anything. Okay. Oh, I unplugged it and then the light came on. What are you doing? Maybe I'm... Right. Sign of life. The caps lock light is on.
You plug battery would charger plug in. Okay.
We have battery and charger right now. Okay, it's turning on. Fan is ramping up. It's trying to do stuff again.
I've enjoyed this stream in Hinge issues. Do you have problems on Hinge? Do you not get matches? Buy new Caracoin. Oh,
Power cycled. Yep. Back on again. If I put the solder there... That doesn't really help. I was trying to see if I could just shield the caps lock LED so you can see it. Power cycle.
Are the lights on the side?
No, still no charge light. That's just off, which is a bit weird.
It's dead.
It's doing something. It's doing more than it was before.
It's dead.
Charge light is on the motherboard, so that's definitely present and such.
It's turbo dead.
Right, power button. I think the BIOS we've flashed to it doesn't work, but it is a BIOS issue because it's doing something completely different now. We're getting power. We're getting main power on. So, like, we're not going to solve this now. I think it needs a clean. I think it needs an actual proper clean BIOS. Lead Farmer, where are we at with the BIOS cleaning? Is it something that you can do given time? You send clean ME original, BIOS area not touched. Fair enough. Oh yeah. Okay. I'm not going to flash that now because it's going to take us another half an hour to do that. And we're at the 3-hour marker. But I'll let you know how it goes. But I don't know. I think with the correct BIOS, I think it's going to go. Because, yeah. The fact that it's actually starting to try and run now. Use RT809F. I don't think I've even got the software for it installed. Let me just check.
It's broken.
Yeah.
It's not there.
I don't have the software installed.
It's bereft of software.
Yeah. Nope. I will reflash it, but we're going to wrap up the stream now because we're at the 3-hour marker. However, I think it's going to go with the correct BIOS. I think it'll go. If you want to know how it went, you've got to join the Discord and say.
And then badger Graham about 18 times.
Yes. So yes. You got link. Driver needs F7 disable driver signature install. I ain't using it then. If the RT809F needs me to disable all of the driver security on my computer, then I will not use my RT809F. I will simply use my CH341A that just works.
It's okay, I'll use my T86.
I'm going to use my T76? I thought it was a 76.
T92?
I'm going to use my £100 programmer that I've ordered that won't arrive for a couple of weeks, so whatever, I guess. Was it choice delivery or slow?
Yes.
Because if it was choice, I'm not going to be here when they try and deliver it.
AliExpress.
Driver sig is only for one boot. Fine. Whatever. I've ordered a new I'm not doing it now.
The delivery is guarantee.
I love guaranteed delivery.
I was really confused for a second there because I thought the expected delivery date was August 16th, and I was like, that's today.
Yeah. Oh, ETA August 27th. Balls. I probably won't be here. Whatever. Good luck, everyone.
Good luck.
All right. That's it. I'll let you know how it goes, but I will. No, I'm not doing it now. I will have a look at it. Lead Farmer, thanks for cleaning the Emmy. I will do that. I'm just not going to do it now because we'll be here for another half hour doing all of that. And we're at the end of the stream. And I've made this mistake before where I'm just like, oh, we'll just run overtime. We can get it done. 40 minutes later, I'm just like, we should have just ended.
Yes.
I'm sick and tired of this now. We should have just ended the stream.
Yes.
So, thanks for coming, everyone. There will be no stream next week because I will be on holiday. And so we'll be missing 2 weeks because I'll be going on holiday and I will have just come back from holiday the next weekend because I'm away weekend to weekend. So I think we're probably going to miss 2 weeks unless Caradog and Sai suddenly decide they want to do something. So we'll keep an open mind about that. So yeah, we'll see you guys soon, I guess.
Indeed. So
yeah, thanks folks. I will enjoy my holiday indeed. I'm going to be sitting next to a pool. I'm going to like a holiday resort all-inclusive type thing, so which I've never done before. So I will enjoy sitting next to a pool for a week.
Get your money's worth out of the mojitos. All 2 of them you can drink in a day.
I don't know if drinks are all-inclusive or alcoholic drinks at least.
That's what inclusive means.
But alcoholic drinks as well?
That's what inclusive means.
Fair enough. I will.
It specifically says all as well.
All right. Okay.
It's false advertising.
Yeah. Where are you going, UK? I'm going to Bulgaria. Apparently it's trendy there these days. So yeah. So yes, it's probably going to be hot as well.
Probably.
Yeah, I might. My thermal paste will be baked. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, everyone. See you all soon. See you whenever.
Goodbye. Bye.